Alright, here we go. Starting Sea Monster Live episode 60. Number 60, the 60. Yep, we already got someone here waiting in the back. Bring them on. Mr. Lau.
Hi,
Hello.
everyone. How are you? Oh, by the way,
Yep.
Happy New Year's.
Yep, Happy New Year. Yeah, just Rodan kiss. Really,
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So just kind of waiting around. Oh. Yep, and we got the Minecraft lad.
Hello.
Yeah.
I was talking giant snakes in voice chat with Kuru.
Ah. Yeah, just like what like talking about like that Anaconda movie with Jack Black or something, or
No, a versus matchup that I've had for a while. Dolomider from Monster Hunter versus the Great Devourer from Lego Ninjago. And how Dolomider absolutely wrecks this thing's ass. This entire fight comes down to the Devourer's durability versus Dolomider's capabilities, and Dolomider just has way too much.
Interesting.
So,
Yeah. But
and
yeah,
I literally just finished rewatching Rodan like an hour ago. So
yeah, I pretty much rewatched it a couple hours ago. So, honestly, I've kind of been like, just sort of, been working a couple days, starting this new year, as well as like watching some Twilight Zone episodes.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of a.
Oh, where can you watch those? Like, so I know that maybe since we're in different countries, even if you tell me, that's actually not gonna help me find them. But like, is there like a site or something like that?
Well, I mean, I kind of just like caught some Twilight Zone episodes like on television, like on the Sci-Fi channel.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, I mean, because in the, I think at least in the U.S., like the Sci-Fi channel does like Twilight Zone marathons like during New Year's. Where my Rodan bros at? Oh, I didn't even know about this. That Haru Nakajima like almost died during the making of Rodan.
Yeah, I think when they had to drop him at one point, like the wire had like an issue, or he fell like really high, something like that.
Oh, jeez.
I know Zim had some thoughts and things. Did he send those to you?
Yes, he did.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so yeah, he said he won't be able to make it, but there are some promising comments from him.
Yeah, and I had to move my stream back to next Saturday because scheduling conflict with Zim.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Oh yeah, the Godzilla versus Megaguirus stream.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Yeah, that's what I meant. Because
Gotcha.
I want to have Zim on for pretty much for every single Millennium Era film. Because let him talk about like the concept stuff and all that. I gave that film a rewatch yesterday, and honestly, I thought it was all right.
Yeah, I guess if I join that stream, I'd have to like give that movie a rewatch, which it's not so much like whether or not I can rewatch it, but it's more to do with
whether or
like,
not you want to.
Yeah, exactly.
I get that. Yeah, no, I just found like the dubbed version on Internet Archive. I thought it was okay. And then I rewatched Ultraman Rising yesterday, which was really good. That movie still holds up beautifully.
Nice.
I mean, yeah, of course it will hold up because like it's like from a couple of years ago at most, right?
No, but like even without that, it's still really well done.
Oh
Like,
yeah, sure.
Yeah. But
yeah.
yeah, it's not. I mean, it's mainly coincidence that since we mentioned Godzilla's Megaguirus, the fact that Mega Nulon is a plot point in that film.
Yeah, no,
Um,
I was just like, wait, you scheduled it the day on my Mega Gearus stream? Damn it,
no,
C!
no, nope. I scheduled this on the 3rd today, so here we
Yeah.
are.
Yeah, and then because like I had the Mega Gearus stream on the 3rd originally, and then
That's why, like in the singular point story that I'm making, I have Mega Gearus fight with Rodan because I
Ooh,
always thought that they should, So I have
yeah,
like the Fire Rodan, Fire slash Shadow Rodan fighting like an concept art similar version of Mega Gearus, where the head is more like a bug instead of a dragon, stuff like that.
ooh, ooh.
yeah. One of my concepts for the MonsterVerse was Mothra, Batra, and Mega Gearus, giant monsters all out attack. Basically, just pitting those three against each other.
Ah,
Um, I still like the idea, and I'm happy Mega Gearus was brought as our main antagonist for the Mothra comic. So,
hmm,
yeah, the Mothra Queen of the Monsters 5-issue series.
nice.
But yeah,
Yeah. For now, we have a movie that's turning 70 this year. I mean, it's turning 70 by the end of this year, but I figured, since
Rodan, it's fine, and it's an introduction to one of the big five. So
yeah, pretty much. But yeah, so Rodan, released in 1956. Ishiro Honda directed it. Not Cheryl Honda, Ishiro Honda. Just want
yeah,
to avoid that correction. Um, but yeah, yeah, I'd say Rodan holds up still pretty well.
yeah. It definitely has that jarring change of like focus on the second act.
Yeah,
In the second half, but honestly, I don't mind it because like I like both. It has a similar issue, albeit to a very different degree. Of it feels like two different movies merged into one, but honestly, I don't
Yeah.
mind that because I like both halves enough.
well, yeah, that's actually one of the little prompts things that Zim kind of wanted to ask about that or
Yeah,
address, like what changes would we propose, like to kind of like make that sort of transition like a bit less abrupt or jarring, I suppose.
I
Like
think.
if it was like a more natural way to sort of to like transition from the Mega Nulon being the main threat to turning out, oh shit, there's a giant bird underground.
Yeah,
So
I would have.
it's. Oh
Hmm?
no, you go first. You go first. Sorry.
I would have them like find dead Mega Nulons, or like as if like a sequence when a Mega Nulon is running away from something or whichever would be, and they also just hear like noises reverberating throughout the cavern, um,
Yeah.
that aren't related to the Mega Nulon, or like they think it's the Mega Nulon, and then later they realize, oh no, that's not Mega Nulon, that's Rodan.
Yeah, or it maybe not that they wouldn't be like that. They would just be like, no, it's not the Mega Nulon. There's something else,
Mm-hmm.
like something worse. Like maybe you'd find some Mega Nulon body parts like lying around or something
Mm-hmm.
after they got chewed up. But
I think that there's an easier way to do that, which is the Mega Nulon never stop being a threat even when Rodan is there, which is
Mm-hmm.
what I So
Yeah, like
the thing
maybe
is, the,
like maybe the Meganulon are hampering the final plan to like deal with the Rodans, and like
yeah,
maybe
yeah, exactly.
they're trying to get through them, and then the volcano erupts, and that deals with the threat entirely.
Yeah, basically. So it's funny that Sim asked if we would like do something about that because and Kuro knows this. Some time ago, I was actually going to make an announcement because I was actually going to start making my own version of the OG Rodan because it was one of my favorite Toho movies when I watched it the first time. But I knew that there were some flaws. Like, for example, I don't actually think that it holds up all that well. I think that it gets really boring in the second half.
Hmm.
Even the first half, like some things just like take too long. Like that first Mega Nulon attack is just annoying to listen to because of the sound they make. You know, and you just have to hear it for like 15 minutes straight. It just doesn't stop, and by the end you're like tired.
Hmm.
Like your ears, your head, it's all like you've been at the club for 2 hours, and that's just like because of the noise.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah, I never
So
really had the problem with the movie being dull. I suppose.
Yeah, no. Maybe it's because which version did you watch?
no, the Japanese version.
Okay, because
I don't
I
know if
watched the
the
American
US.
version.
Hmm.
I watched the American version, which is supposedly better.
Hmm.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, a lot of people say the American version is the better rendition.
Interesting, because I watched the Japanese cut. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like in the Japanese one, okay, but for context, okay, just so you guys know, um, we were in the times of King of the Monsters being like super hyped up when I watched this movie the first time,
Hmm.
and we had already seen in the trailers how Rodan was going to fight the planes, right? So I'm doing like this marathon where I watch the 54 Godzilla movie, Mothra, and Rodan, and then I watch every single film that involves them in Showa, plus a couple more, right? And so that was my first time watching any Showa movies. Um, Again, like I watched this film and I was like hyped up. Just it was kind of like an event, you know.
Hmm.
Um, but even that time I was like okay, but I'm almost falling asleep near the end. And I think that even when the rodans are like dying, there's a lot of noise, Minecraft, from your
Yeah, no,
phone.
Yeah.
I'm just messing with my 54 Goji.
Okay, okay. So the thing is, even by that time I knew that it was kind of like taking too long to do some things, and I think that they just didn't have uh, the resources to make some of these scenes hit in the way they wanted to. For example, if you're going to take so long to kill the rodents on the fire, on the lava,
Hmm.
right? You will
Yeah.
normally nowadays have, close-up shots of the monsters like screeching in pain or maybe trying to reach one another. You will have more visual language than just like a prop falling into a volcano and just like burning for 10 minutes, right? So
Mhm.
I think that partly it's just the fact that yeah, they have a very ambitious story, but they didn't have the resources to tell it properly.
Yeah.
So I think that this is one of the movies that deserves a remake the most, even more than Mothra or 54, because those movies are really good. But I think that this one has a lot of wasted potential. Well,
Hmm.
not even wasted, just waste implies that you could have done it better. And here I don't know if they knew how to, which is different. But
Yeah.
anyway,
Mm.
uh,
Yeah. It's this would be like one example. Like if anything, this would be like if you remember the the confused Matthew stream where he says you need to why remake a movie that's already good? Why not just like remake a movie that kind of needs one? Essentially, like if he was like referencing this movie as an example, where there's some things in it that could be improved with like a remake, or maybe even just like with an extra 20 minutes, of time, to really to kind of flesh things out a bit more. Then yeah. Vic from it said in chat that a problem with with the whole I guess is like from the regarding the one of the prompts here. Is that we don't really get any Rodan action until the main character goes missing and the bugs are no longer the focus. We'd have to set up Rodan somehow earlier than that, like perhaps like maybe having the professor say that that the Meganulon were prey for pteranodons or something. Yeah, like yeah, I think if the professor were to say like the Meganulon were like a prehistoric type of big type of like big bugs that pteranodons were kind of like hunted at the time, then that would have been that could work and that could make the transition from the Meganulon being the main threat to Rodan being the main threat like a bit like it makes the transition like a bit more smooth because at least it would set up like Rodan's inevitable coming.
But it still doesn't actually fix Bix's issue with the movie because that doesn't actually give you any Rodan action either. I think if you want to get Rodan action sooner, what you have to do is you actually have to leave the plot twist completely out. You don't have that amnesia scene, and you just rush it because it's really weird. Like the amnesia scene is really cool. It shows that they really wanted to make like something good, but it actually doesn't really accomplish anything. Like by the time everyone
Aside from
listens to the
maybe,
guy,
aside from maybe stakes.
yeah, and that's arguable, right? Because you see that this thing eats the bugs, but you could have done that in other ways too. Like, should we go like full on how you should transition the thing, or do you want to do that later? Because I feel like
Let's.
maybe if we go scene by scene, act by
I think.
act.
I think we should talk about like the film itself as we have it, and then later talk
Yeah,
about like rewriting.
yeah, same. I just think it's a little bit too soon.
Yeah. Should you read Zim's thoughts on it, or?
Yeah, like his comments on Rodan as a film, because that's what I got here. It says, he pretty much states that the film is far less thematically rich than the original Godzilla, but Rodan is still one of the most horrific due to the mystery of the Meganulon murders and their later full appearance, the flashback in the nest, and the glimpses of Rodan before the pair of them are seen in full. Which is and it's also a testament to the quality of the effects at the time that they would end up using as stock footage in Invasion of Astro Monster as an,
Yeah.
So, which yeah, I don't really like I guess like the whole thing of like the build up to it, to Rodan, like I don't know, maybe it's just because I have like a bit more patience essentially, as I've over time when I watch these creature features where like we don't where I want to like get like absorbed into the story that's like at hand, with like the characters, before we get to like the big, creature.
Yeah, no, I get
which
that
is
as
why,
well.
yeah, which is why like anytime people complain about something like Godzilla 2014 as an example for taking too long to show us Godzilla, like I get annoyed as hell at that. Essentially, but
there's a line between this, like there's a difference between something like this and It Came From Beneath the Sea, where the lack of monster action is objectively a fault because the human stuff doesn't really go all that well. Here, even if it isn't executed as perfectly as it would be, I'd still say the human stuff is like intriguing. The murder mystery stuff is interesting. I like the dynamic between the lead couple, especially. Like,
yeah,
I found that to be pretty solid. The amnesia subplot, I don't mind the amnesia subplot, honestly. I think that part could work even with extra buildup. Like maybe while the amnesia subplot is happening, you have some activity in the volcano, sightings of the UFO, and then earlier on before that we had like hints at Rodan. Like maybe I don't know.
Wait. Maybe it's because you watch a different version, but isn't that exactly what happens? That while the guy has amnesia, there's weird sightings all over the place.
Yeah, no, I meant like before the amnesia stuff. you have some
Oh,
of that.
okay,
And
okay.
that's like before he goes missing, I'd say maybe like before they go into the mine to check the Mega Nulon, they hear weird noises, and then one of the Rodans, I think maybe like the female one, escapes, like hatches, and we hear like the crunching of the Mega Nulon. They find a discarded Mega Nulon corpse. That's where the party gets separated.
Yeah.
And then like
I mean, yeah, it could be like that. The thing is, I always assume that because of all the things they did, that wakes the Rodans up. So yeah, she should definitely maybe a Rodan should wake up during the attack or like a little bit after. But I
yeah,
don't think that the Rodan should already be awake by that point
yeah,
necessarily.
no, like because that also hints at the fact that there's two. Because we heard one hatching earlier, but we don't know what that is. And then we hear the other, then we see during the flashback the other hatching that pays off the Mega Nulon stuff. And then as they grow, as everything happens, we then see the two together.
Yeah.
Like maybe you don't explicitly tell the audience until we actually see that there's two of them, but you hint at the fact that there's two of them. That leaves questions in the air, and then you reveal that there are two of them. I mean, as is, I think the American cut did a decent job with like handling the fact of the two Rodans, because the Japanese one kind of has them like come out of nowhere. But like in the American cut during the sightings, they theorize that there's two of them, and that theory ends up being true.
Huh.
Because like Rodan keeps appearing across different areas too quickly for it to fly. So they theorize, hey, maybe there might be two of them. I don't know. Either way, we're gonna have to get rid of this thing. Then the breach happens. The second one shows up. Both of them go on their rampage, and then they figure out the plan to kill them.
That's pretty interesting. Yeah, that's interesting. Like because usually like the Americans cut essentially the American versions tend to like cut things out from the Japanese film for.
Yeah, no, it's an interesting dichotomy.
Yeah, you have sometimes like the really bad ones, like King Kong vs. Godzilla or the OG-54, and then you have like really good ones like 2000.
OG-54 wasn't a bad Americanization, but like
I mean, but it still suffers of this thing where it's like, oh, the audience is so retarded, we need to explain everything as it's literally happening on screen.
And there's like some examples where as well as like the American cut of Gojira, has like instances where you have body doubles they're supposed to be like the same character, the same as like Emiko or Serizawa, and it's like obviously that's not it. Like
yeah, no, I get that. I need to rewatch Gojira's American cut, but I don't remember it being that bad. King Kong versus Godzilla, on the other hand, yes. Oh god.
Yes.
Yeah,
like
I'm not saying they're as bad. It's like a spectrum, but you have that side, and then you have the side of 2000, for example, and some of the Heisei movies where at least it gets funny, like it's funny that there's
G2K's American cut. I've heard is under similar circumstances to Rodan's, like where it actively improves on what the Japanese version did.
Like for example, what I saw of the American Rodan is that they also explain everything. Like we walk through the cave, and it's like, oh, what's going on screen? They're walking through a cave. Oh, nice. This is so inclusive.
Does
this
that,
is
but
made for
it does
blind
do that,
people.
but it does do that, but it really isn't that often as something
So
like
then
say.
this
It's not
one
as
will be
often as
kind of
say
like
Raids Again.
Then this one will be like in the middle, right? Like you have like the really bad ones, like King Kong vs. Godzilla. Then this one will be like in the middle somewhere, and then you have like 2000. Okay.
I guess so, because like it only really does that twice. Like the ending narration after the Rodans die, and then the opening sequence, like establishing everything. That's really it.
And you know what? Even 54, I guess it has the payoff of 85. Because, like, let's be honest, like, the ending monologue in '85 is so fucking cool that when I watch '84, I wish it was like '85. I think that the best version of '84 is a mixture between '85 and '84. Not actually one or the other. It's like somewhere in
I need
between.
to
You will have like the
rewatch.
perfect movie.
I need to rewatch both versions of Return, partially because I've been interested in that, and partially because I want to spite Anthony Gramuglia.
Yeah,
You
and the
can't
thing
get
is, finding
get away
85
with
is
saying Return is one of the worst Godzilla movies in existence. You are not getting away with that, you bitch.
And the thing is, 85 is super hard to find too. Like I haven't found it, but what I did is that I researched the edits, and what they did is like true real cinema editing, which is sometimes you just take literal frames out of shots, right? Like 5 frames here, 3 frames there. It sounds really stupid, but like that really helps with rhythm. And you only do that if you actually care about the narrative, and that's why I kind of like respect it and I really want to watch it, but also like it's almost impossible. I don't know where to find it, and if you
I
find
know
it, it's like
Criterion has it on their channel now. God bless. If they ever do like a Heisei DVD set, please have both versions.
Criterion has a channel.
Yeah, it's like a streaming service where you can buy films online.
Oh, maybe I can get it. I don't. I hope it's here in Europe too. Because
Yeah, and I'm
sometimes they do
pretty
that
sure
stupid
Internet
thing.
Archive also has it. Actually, I'm curious.
I
I
think it has
know-
it like in very very bad quality, like really bad quality, like
Yeah, but
360p.
it's still the Return of Godzilla. Godzilla. I believe. Yeah, no, I think Internet Archive has the American version. Because, like, there's that whole thing where they have every single Godzilla movie dubbed. So, yeah.
I was able to find
Okay.
actually on Internet Archive. I was able to find like a version of like an English dub of Return of Godzilla. So like apparently.
Can
So
you send it to me on Discord? Because sometimes when you're on different regions, your results are so like they're kind of different.
I have
But
to
it's weird because I looked for it in Internet Archive too, and I couldn't find it at the
I'd have to
time
like
when I was
look
looking for it.
through. I'd have to look through my search history, look through my browsing history almost.
Okay, okay. Never mind
Animus
then.
has the VHS version of 84? Really?
Wow.
Damn.
Okay.
Damn. Don't need to flex
Of
on us
80.
like that, dude.
Wait,
Jeez.
84 or see? Do you mean 84 or 85? Since it's in English, I'm not sure. 85 will be like the US version, and 84 will be the Japanese version.
Yeah. And I'm gonna see if I can watch it because I want to spite Anthony Gramuglia.
Yeah. That's just that before we'll get back onto like Rodan a bit, but apparently you got there's some really sad some news about him that like that I've kind of discovered recently.
DM it to us or like tell us after the stream, please.
No, it's not drama related or anything, but
Still,
it's just
tell us after the stream.
kind of more trivial than anything, but yeah, we'll get back. But yeah, let's get back to Rodan.
Anyways, Rodan. Yeah. I think one thing I want to talk about. I think even with him not being present for like the first half of the film, I'd still say Rodan made a pretty solid impression for the first film.
Yeah,
just like because I think he's the most animalistic character that's been portrayed up to this point. I think. No, yeah, because Baragon was, I believe, actively going after people.
Yeah.
Knowing Anguirus, like, it's either Baragon or it's either Rodan or Anguirus and Godzilla invades again.
Yeah. So,
Hi,
yeah,
Kaz.
we got Kaz here.
Hey, what's up?
Hey. Oh, not much. Talking about a big burb.
Prehistoric pterodactyl.
I have always viewed Rodan in a more bird-like manner, and I've wanted to get a more bird-like.
Yeah, dude,
Design.
I know. You know that
Feathers, yeah.
2019 concept where he had like
Yeah, no.
feather.
Have you seen
Uh,
the original? Have you seen the original version concept art for Rodan, where it's basically a giant
even
Yeah,
actually
it's really cool.
Minecraft, even the original has like feather-like
yeah.
Yeah.
structures on the wings, and no one talks about that. And then I see people like Demon saying that he hated it, and it's like, but that was always there. And I understand preference is a thing, but like every time I do like my own Rodan version, I always add feathers, and I
I know
think that's
I'm
the
still gonna see if I could I'm planning to get my version for Godzilla Legacy out at some point because I know Zim wants to do something relating to Rodan. But I mean Rodan having feathers, it's just kinda like, come on. That would be awesome.
yeah, and they don't actually need to be like feathers. Like for example, for 2019, the lava could just so happen to melt in a feather
What I
like
find cool and
shape.
interesting is what if he uses his feathers to like attack, as an ability. Like he can just
Yeah,
shoot it
like
out.
quills.
Like yeah, like that. That would be pretty cool.
Yeah. I think I might incorporate something like that.
The
Kind of like
thing
in
is, I
Kirby.
feel like that would fit more with Anguirus than with Rodan.
Yeah.
Shooting feathers.
Yeah, because like Rodan consistently has made use of either fire or wind.
Mm-hmm.
Or both.
Ooh, wind. Like
Yeah, because like he
Yeah,
It's like
because
he
of the
has-
wings.
Just give me an idea. Like, what if in the future Godzilla movie, both Mothra and Rodan, like, just with Godzilla's atomic breath, just just blow away Ghidorah or something like that, with a combination,
yeah.
like you know what I mean, like a combination attack.
What's
Yeah.
up, everyone?
I always think that's pretty cool. Kind of like how in Ghidorah 3-headed monster, I believe it was, where
Yeah.
Mothra larva was riding on Rodan's back.
Yeah. Kind of like that.
Mm-hmm.
Here comes Rodan.
Oh, what's up, 05?
What's up?
Hi.
Happy New Year to you all.
Yeah.
Yeah, happy 2026.
Yes,
Yay.
the year of -0. The
God,
year,
I can't wait for that.
the year where the possibility of Hedorah returning seems
I
high.
don't forget about Legacy of Monster Season 2. It's also coming out sometime next month. I haven't heard anything.
The less I think about it, the better.
What could go wrong? It'll probably be amazing.
Rodan. One of
I know. Believe me, I want Monster vs. Rodan to come back. It's ridiculous. They haven't
Please.
got him back.
Please.
Rodan. The least used member of the Big Five always appears in every single era post the Showa era, but it's always a back burner.
Yeah.
Like in Heisei, they made him look like a crack addict.
Yeah. Which sucks because I actually really like Fire Rodan in concept.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the design's not that bad.
Dude, the game, I think Unleashed definitely did him justice, in my opinion.
Unleashed did him well. Comics generally have been. I mean, it's Rodan. It's not hard to screw him up. It's not hard. It's hard to not. It's hard to fuck him up. I mean, Titanus Rodan speaks for itself. Singular point. Singular point Rodan was singular point Rodan. Let's leave it at that.
Yeah, it was something.
Yeah, it was.
And then Final Wars Rodan.
Final Wars was
I
like
like the
one
design.
of the
I like the
ugliest.
design more than the Heisei era and Final Wars Rodan. It gives me a vibe of.
I do like
kinda
the Final Wars
Heisei Gauss for
Rodan.
some reason. Or like a Power Ranger like Rodan.
I think he's
Yeah.
like the cheapest looking one, even if I hate the Heisei head more. Because Heisei really makes him look like a meth head, but Final Wars Rodan looks like a mascot for like a kid's birthday party, like it's
Yeah, I see what you, I see what you mean. Yeah,
Yeah, no,
I
it
see what you
does.
mean. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, no, and I will forever stand with Titanus Rodan as just straight up one of the best versions, if not the best.
Is
That
that or
is-
the Showa one? The original Showa, like I think those two are like the
Yeah,
pinnacle
no.
of like
It's either
great
I
Rodan
would say
design.
specifically either that one or Ghidorah the Three-Headed Monsters, where Rodan is at his best. Because
Design wise,
Ooh.
I like his personality though, and Ghidorah and Invasion of Astro Monsters.
Yeah, I need to rewatch Invasion of Astro Monster, but I would say, like character-wise, I think he's really well done in Ghidorah the Three-Headed Monster. I really enjoyed him in Condom, like just overall. In fact, he is one of my favorite scenes in the MonsterVerse overall. The chase sequence is just what a thrill ride.
It's like you can just hear the music in your head, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah,
dude, and the music was so good.
yeah. I mean, it was like Bear did not need to do this for the original themes. I would say he made the Rodan theme and Ghidorah theme on par with Godzilla and Mothra's in terms of quality. Those are just like, holy fuck.
Bear cooked hard, man. We may have not another one that might replicate that.
Yeah, like character-wise, Rodan doesn't really have much going on, but I think the fact of him in the original film, the fact that he has a mate, I think it kind of works for the same reason Gorgo works, where it's sort of like there is that sympathetic edge, but there's also that animalistic part of it, where because it is an animal that has had its territory impeded on, it's trying to protect its mate and all that. So that kind of just makes like that ending kind of hit harder.
Yeah.
Which, especially considering Gorgo would release, what was it? 60s, 50,
61, I believe.
It's like 5 years after this.
Yeah. You know, talking about the mate, I just thought of a way in which you could fix the lack of Rodan action in the movie for later. Basically, you know, I always thought that in the OG film, it's kind of weird how you see it like coming out as a baby, and then immediately it's like an adult in like not that long of time. Like I don't know how long does it happen?
I know the film takes place over the course of months, of at least a month, at least from the American version statements, because like weeks pass between the amnesia subplot, like when they get the guy back, and the sightings.
Yeah,
so like
but it's like within
very
a year. Yeah, exactly, and that's my problem with the movie too. That I always, it's one of those things where you like think about it like on the back of your head, but you know you're willing to ignore it because you're liking the film. It's kind of like that scene in
I get
Shin
that a
Godzilla.
lot with some movies.
I can forgive this because with kaiju, they're like a rapid growth rate I'm okay with. Even like especially if they explain like these things aren't even fully grown, I get that. That said, I do agree that it would be a little bit jarring. So yeah. I don't actually have a Rodan figure.
So, like, see, how do you want to like structure this? Do you want us to talk about something specific for now, or do we like go throughout the movie? Like, what would you prefer?
I mean, we're not. Granted, we're kind of like we're not exactly like going in order at all. So just kind of whatever. Like I said, I have like some some things that Zim wants to have us like talk about like springboard somewhat as well as like just whatever conversation like in general about the movie as well as like like how it essentially started a legacy for this particular kaiju. Essentially, which is kind of what seems to be going on so far because we've been mentioning.
Yeah, we're
Wasn't
like
it
chilling.
also the first Toho movie to be in color?
Yeah, it was.
Right?
Yeah, it
It was
was.
the first one, and it looks
Yeah,
really
it
good.
looks really good. It looks very good.
Yeah, like on a technical end, I don't think there's any notes to be had. This is just
Uh, Actually,
mwah.
it's really good. Yeah, because you know how hard it is to shoot in dark places, but they just managed to do it here because they have really good
Yeah,
lighting. Like
Yeah.
it's really hard.
yeah,
Like people don't understand how hard it is. Even nowadays, you can go into like outside at night and the moon can be like full and like super bright, and you barely get to take a single picture.
Yeah.
Like they
yeah,
made the mines look great in this movie.
yeah.
Clapping.
The mines, especially, are just like the atmosphere surrounding the mines. This feels like you're in a volcano.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And the town, also like the atmosphere of the town, like the town is like really small and cozy, and
Yeah,
everything just like looks like really, it looks super genuine. Like I always bought in that this is like a mining village that's literally there just for the mine, and then as soon as they run out of resources, they just move somewhere else.
hmm,
Yeah.
yeah,
They just nailed that little town facing horrible things kind of ambience at the
yeah.
beginning of the movie.
In a way, I would compare it to like I don't know, a fairy tale or a ghost story in a lot of ways. At least at the start, like everything until after the Meganulon attacks. I think that's really well done in
Mm-hmm.
terms of like atmosphere and storytelling. And even then, after that, it still keeps up. Say what you
Yeah.
will about the story, it still keeps up on a visual end.
Yeah.
Rodan is really well done in terms of a visual spectacle, even if it
Yeah,
does even if it does have its weird moments. Generally,
I,
it's like
and I think that the OG Rodan even has like black eyes. At least I always
I
see them as like
think
fully
I
black
think
eyes.
so. Let me find the design.
I'm sure because of the X Plus, like so I was doing like a redesign for the OG Rodan, and I noticed that yeah, no, the eyes are like almost completely black, but it
Uh
doesn't feel like an evil thing, right? It just feels like a creative decision, and it doesn't like super villainize the
yeah,
character or anything like that.
it's like a creature. It
Yeah,
in a way it kind of lends credence to the whole animalistic angle of
Yeah.
Rodan.
Yeah. If you ask me, like the 56 design for Rodan, at least from the show, as far as like the Showa iteration of the character goes, it is kind of like my favorite Showa design.
Mhm.
Because I'll be honest, I'll be honest, like the design that Rodan has from Ghidorah Three Head Monster onward in the show era, like never really gelled with me all that much.
Mm,
Um, I guess it's mainly just like it has something to do with like the face area, like the eyes and the
Mm-hmm.
like. It just
yeah.
it just looks too. I don't know how to describe it. It's a bit. It looks too. He looks too gooberish. Whereas like whereas with the 56 design, like they it's like actually pretty much look
Yeah,
about right.
I just pulled up like a design of the face. Yeah, that it does have black eyes, it has teeth, it has a very pointed beak.
yeah, I
Um
love that, dude. Like for my redesigns, I normally just keep the same beak. Yeah, it's just like the short pointy beak instead of like curved. Like the
yeah.
Monsterverse, I think it's better. I
I
think it's more unique.
actually I think I want to try I think for when I start designing Legacy Rodan, I want to try hybridizing those two designs because I really like the curves of the monster versus horns, especially.
Oh yeah,
Um like that looks sick.
Yeah,
Um but I might keep aspects of the beak. I might make the teeth a bit more pronounced.
yeah, same. I love the teeth. I don't know why we stopped doing the teeth with Rodan.
Cause like
And Gaigan.
it's a retro decision that fits perfectly for him. It's like
Yeah, but
why get
also
rid
like
of
for
that?
example, Gaigan also has a beak with teeth. The OG Gaigan. Well, actually,
Yeah,
all Gaigans have. But yeah, what I do normally is I keep the beak of the OG. I keep the two horns of Monsterverse. Then I add a third horn from Heisei, but I shape it a little bit differently. And then the neck is just like I try to make it look like it's a guy in a suit with that neck, like make it kind of thick and like baggy. And then I just use the Monsterverse body because it's perfect. Like the idea of Fire Rodan made like
Yeah,
literally like he's actually like burning. It's perfect, so I don't
yeah.
want to change any of that.
It works beautifully.
And then I just add wings. Sorry, feathers to it. That's what I did for my own version that I'm going to use on anything I ever make.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Um, yeah, I'm just
Yeah.
looking at the design. Yeah, no, they
Oh,
knocked it out
by
of
the
the park.
way, yeah, no, the design I think is one of the best. Showa designs were really good and underrated. Like the OG Mothra was, or at least the Mothra from Godzilla versus Mothra was like great. This Rodan,
Showa Mothra is my third favorite Mothra design behind Gemini and Titanus.
yeah, the thing is you do have to specify because there's so many Showa Mothras. Even a little bit
Specifically
in
64.
yeah, same. Okay, yeah, yeah. That's the one I think is also like the best, and also like the way in which they made her wings flap is like super good too. Like not
Yeah.
like Heisei where she's stiff as a stick.
Yeah. Oh god, I really don't like Heisei. I really don't like the Heisei Mothra of that.
Me
I
neither.
like her for plushies, but I don't like her as Mothra. Like if
Like
you
that
tell
is
me
Yeah.
like this is
just that
like she's
is
cute. She's
she's
cute. She's
cute.
super cute.
She's
And I
cute.
love the colors too.
I think Gemini just does like the floofy Mothra option better because it keeps the badassery. It
Yeah.
still makes Mothra look like she can and will kick ass.
Oh, by the way, guys, have you seen Welcome to Derry, like the show?
No. I know of
Well,
friends who are keeping up with it though.
well, it was like fucking amazing. But what I wanted to talk about is, did you guys know that Rodan was on the original It novel?
Yeah, I knew. Yeah, I've
Yes.
known about that.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No, he should have technically appeared in the show, but of course, for rights and stuff like that,
I
they
would have
cannot do that.
loved I would have loved that honestly.
Oh,
Yeah.
Gemini Mothra. I see. Yeah, that's a good design.
Yeah, the one from the recent comic. I fucking love Mothra Gemini.
Yeah, no, that one's good. One of my favorite Mothras is GMK Mothra. I love the purple on the eyes.
Hi Nico.
Hey, Nico.
Wow,
Heard
jeez.
you're talking shit about Heisei Mothra with Minecraft.
I thought there was
I
a
don't
chainsaw
like-
going on in the background.
I
Let him-
don't
let him-
like
was
Heisei
that
Mothra.
was music from Dragon Ball. That was music from Dragon Ball. So, dun, 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 dun.
Yeah,
Oh.
that's his epic entrance. Steve.
Oh, that's like his
that's like-
wrestling entrance.
I
will
really
not
don't like
tolerate
Heisei
such
Mothra.
slander for Mothra 92 Minecraft. She is the fluffiest girl to have ever fluffed.
Leo was better.
Oh,
Leo was
yeah.
better in every possible way.
Leo is
Get
fluffier.
Mothra, buddy. Get Mothra.
Leo did it better in every possible way.
Well, that's because Leo's a shonen protagonist. That's why.
Oh my god.
Wait, who? Who's Leo?
Mothra Leo.
Mothra Leo.
Oh,
From
that
Reborn.
one.
From
Yeah,
the
Wait, how
trilogy.
did you not know
Mothra
that?
Leo.
05. You're the Heisei
Yeah,
master.
I was actually
Brain
doing my
farts.
chores. I
It
didn't hear
happens.
the rest.
The funny
I
thing is
usually,
that. Sorry. Sorry, I cut you off there.
I wasn't-
Funny thing, like Mothra Leo was like my first Mothra figure, like the Bandai Creations figure, like I mean, but it was called Rainbow Mothra, so it's not like I had like the context. That
Oh,
it's
that's
supposed to
just
be
a
male
form of
Mothra.
Leo. That's just a form of Mothra Leo. I think.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
but like for the longest
That's
time, I
the
never had the
thing about
context that
Leo
that was supposed to be a boy.
Yeah.
Dude, I just took a look at the design, and yeah, no, it's way fluffier than Heisei. It's way
I
better
like Leo.
than
I will say
the
that.
Godzilla version.
Yeah. But yeah, now back to Rodan.
Done.
How do we feel about the mega? How do we feel about the Mega Nulon?
They're fine.
They're great. They're great snacks for our boy Rodan.
I
That
like
is true.
I
Yeah.
like how I like them in the movie. I like how they're in like the first half of the or first quarter, you can say, of the movie, and we don't get Rodan till later on, and it reveals that they're just Rodan's quote unquote breakfast or
Yeah,
food.
no, I don't mind this design.
Oh, you
I
meant like design wise?
Yeah, and just character wise and all that. I don't mind them.
I like
I
their
just
their
I
sounds.
think that they're really good in concept, but the execution in almost every way kind of fails a little.
yeah.
Like it's not a total failure or anything like it. It's just that for bugs, they're not really that scary. They're very of their time. That type of bug design that they did in the 50s. But it really feels outdated even for them.
Yeah.
You know, and the sound design also, I think it's horrible.
I
How
think
they
it's
just
funny.
disappear from the story. I mean, it's funny for a little bit, but then it just keeps going, and then they're chasing the Meganulon up the mountain, and it's just like, yeah, it's like having
I
because
having to listen to
didn't the
an
Megagears
annoying
didn't
TikTok
the
song.
Meganulan have sounds or no?
Yeah, yeah, they had a thing that never
yeah, it's
I don't
it was
remember.
similar. It was similar sound design to like the ants from them.
Oh,
Um.
oh,
Yeah.
but
Also,
more annoying.
I had completely forgotten that Mega Nulon was in Singular Point.
Yeah,
oh
yeah,
yeah,
they're
the first
parasites
last
on
episode.
Here's the funny
Godzilla's
thing: the
back.
Mega Nuance were actually called Kumungas, quote unquote.
No, wait,
Yeah, they
Mm.
were.
Wait, what about
on the
Kumanga?
dub, on the
Yeah,
dub
the
or
Kumungas.
the
Unless
sub?
in the dub, yeah.
Yeah, no, I think it was like an audio
Hold on, I
Japanese
think I know
track.
what O5's trying to say. Like, apparently, in the Japanese audio description of Singular Point, they mistakenly call the Mega
Meganulon
Nulon as Kumonga.
Kumongas. Oh,
Yes,
okay, I didn't know that.
Huh.
yes,
I must say there is like speaking about on that like sound design thing, but rather like in like one scene that's like the introduction. Well, not like the full on screen introduction of Megan Nulon, but like the first time we have like some humans like getting killed by them. They're
Oh
just
yeah,
like it's funny like they hear this sound that sounds like a bug and they're just like yo man, is that guy that we're looking for, Goro, is that you? And it's just like what
dude,
human sounds like that?
dude, and I just have to say the fact that we have Yoshi and Goro dying in the same fucking movie is so funny to me.
Yoshi? Yeah.
Yoshi and Goro,
Yoshi,
yeah.
Yoshi.
Goro. That's probably a very common name in the Godzilla movies.
Oh yeah, that's right. The Super Mario Bros. Movie 2 comes out this April.
Galaxy.
Even
Oh
Gario
yeah,
Galaxy movie
Galaxy.
5.
Galaxy,
Come on.
yes, another
Galaxy.
brain
Where are
fart.
your types?
God.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But yeah, like besides the sound and everything else, like I still like the design. It's kind of what was it, the Land of the Lost. It's kind of
Yeah.
like that vibe, and I like it. But at the same time, if you want to feel threatened by something, I just feel like you need to maybe add more of those disgusting mandibles that bugs actually have.
Because like you have the Millennium design as well in versus Megaguirus. I think that's just like a better take on it.
It's
true.
it's different. I think that, so for example, Minecraft, how you're doing the antediluvian thing.
Yeah.
There's good kind of Slurposaurus, and then you have like the bad kind of Slurposaurus design,
Yeah.
right? I feel like, for example, King Kong 2005 it leans a little bit into the Slurposaurus for some things, and I think that's kind of nice. And I think you can do the same for this type of bug, right? Where you want to make it look like one of those bugs from old movies, but you also want to update it so it feels like a real creature. I think you can do that. And what we have in Millennium was just like saying, let's just make them insects, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And I still liked how they were portrayed in versus Megaguirus. I think that added a lot to like their fear factor.
Yeah, like they're a great
Yeah.
design up
Yeah,
here.
they were actually horrifying in that film.
Especially considering like that's part of the buildup of like Mega Nulon has consistently been utilized for horror, and I think that works perfectly. It's like you have this swarm of bugs just running amok, trying to kill each other, trying to kill everybody in their path.
Oh,
Yeah.
can we talk about the Showa Meganulon's appearance in one of Godzilla Rage Across Time?
God damn it! I was gonna say that, Nico. I was gonna
Huh.
mention it's like I could just hear him fighting knights in Rage Across Time.
Rage Across Time. Wait, they appear there?
Yeah,
in one
the
of the
Showa
issues,
designs appear there, and they're mistaken as dragons by like
Yep.
our protagonists.
Yep, King Arthur and his team, and yeah.
Please, any animation studio out there, please adapt Rage Across Time. Seeing
When I was reading that
Godzilla-
comic, I could just hear their Showa sound effects in my head while the action was going on. I was like, damn.
Seeing
That's some cool
Godzilla and his allies and enemies in different time periods in our planet's history is peak.
I want an animation of Godzilla fighting the Greek gods.
Me too.
Yes, dude. Throwing Kratos in there also. And
I mean, someone did do.
Oh yeah,
So,
we also have an animation with Sonic and Godzilla. Thank you very
Oh
much.
yeah.
Like
Yeah,
Zeus.
Slick made an animation.
Way past cool.
Yes,
Yeah,
please.
Slick made.
Anyways, yeah.
Godzilla just talking with Junior, just be like, boy.
Right, exactly.
Boy,
Yes,
Junior,
Boy.
we must destroy
Boy.
the gods.
Slick
But,
did made an animation
Kratos
about
like,
Rage
Godzilla,
Godzilla fighting Kratos.
But
your
yeah,
slayer has come to take your soul.
Okay, another one. All right, so the second prompt that Zim would like for us to kind of like for me to read out. I suppose is like that Rodan is like one of the few Toho kaiju where we've seen like multiples of them of one at the same time. Like you got, like you have like the Mothra larva, Kamikura's. Even in this film, you have Meganulon. And destroy and destroy at least from technically speaking, like, and I suppose the question is like, does the whole thing of us seeing multiple Rodans add anything substantial to the narrative?
I mean,
Yeah,
yes.
Yeah.
I would say
yeah.
yes.
Basically, if you want to go to the like most common and basic and maybe even overdone trope, you always have they're going to reproduce and we have to kill them before they do that because the world is going to end, right?
Yeah.
I would say
That's the
look at
first
like
thing.
aliens, for example.
Yeah. Alien,
Yeah.
hell, even Godzilla 98.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but like as far as like the two Rodans kind of like being together, like the immediate threat isn't even so much like whether or not they'll reproduce. The immediate threat is just because there's two of them. like
Yeah.
they're having
There's
trouble.
two of them and
dealing
they're
with
on
one.
the loose.
Yeah,
But
they're
also,
just-
I also think that adds a bit of like a thematic connection because they talk a lot about like the science behind the stuff and the fact that Rodan is such a valuable specimen. But also it kind of mirrors Shigeru and Kyo's story with like their whole thing. Granted, it is a bit underutilized and could be improved upon, but overall, I'd still say that adds a bit of like a mirror for the humans and monsters.
Yeah,
that's what I was going to say. Like you can do that always when there's like a relationship aspect, but in the OG, I don't feel like they did good enough. I didn't even think of
No.
that.
No, but it also, like I said earlier, it gives Rodan a distinct characterization because it's more animalistic, but the fact that we actually see him care for the mate,
to
kind
where
of like endears him more to the audience.
to where
Yeah,
like
kind of
the
like
whole
the
rampage
Mutos.
stuff.
yeah, the fact that to where they like when one of them dies, like the other just like is willing to like go down with them because like the loneliness, because they don't want to live in a lonely essentially. They don't want that.
Here's a fun
Yeah,
fact.
that's kind of like
when-
with the Mutos.
When
Yeah.
filming for Rodan 56, they actually the male Rodan prop was actually had its wire being broken loose and it fell down. And the reason why they kept that in is because it did seem like it was a desperate attempt of the male Rodan to trying to fly away, but ultimately failing.
Mhm.
Oh,
Hmm.
that's nice. Yeah, that's like a coincidence, but like it makes sense for the story too.
That's
What
yeah.
I was going to say is that, and I think I've said this before, but for example, when you do something like that, um, for example, with the Mutos in 2014, I was like at the cinema in my island in the fucking Antarctic where no one had ever heard of Godzilla ever in their fucking lives.
Wait,
No one
Antarctica?
liked it. Yeah, yeah, I know. Yeah, I come from like with the penguins and all of that. Anyway, so no one knew what Godzilla was. I was the only weird kid probably in the entire island that liked it or that knew the name.
Uh-huh.
Still, every single person at the cinema when the two mutos like kiss, quote unquote, when they like do the nose boop with one another,
Mhm.
everyone went like, "Oh!"
Also,
Everyone
apparently,
like,
we were watching the uncensored version the entire time.
yeah, that's one of the dumb jokes with King of the Monsters that I didn't like in
I
my
love
watching it.
that. I honestly love that.
I
We were
don't. I don't.
watching the uncensored version this entire time.
Mhm.
Fuck
I don't get it.
yes.
How is it like even inappropriate? It's just the two Mutos nudging each other. There wasn't like
I that was the
any.
joke. That was the joke.
It
And
doesn't
then we
make
later
sense
see them
either
having
way.
sex. Just oh god, I love that bit. Anyways, but yeah, no, I think like that kind of proves my point. It endears it endears Rodan
Yeah,
to the audience because it's like that also adds the conflict of their mating. There's two of them, and they're a perfectly preserved ancient species, but they're also wreaking havoc.
Uh-huh.
True.
yeah, and I do
You
also
feel
have to
sorry
say
for
that
them.
I know that every time we mention something good, I'm like it was underutilized, but like we could have had some time between them before the end as well, and I think that would have worked. Just like with the Mutos, when they find each other for the first time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's something that this movie does a lot, right? It gives you plot twists, but if you take out the plot twist, you could have done something that's more developed instead. Because it's like you can either have them interact and you see that thing that we're discussing about, with them, like being a couple and all of that sooner into the movie, or you could do a plot twist where suddenly there's two of them in the third act, but you cannot do both of those things,
You
right?
cannot have both.
Yeah,
Yeah, like it just. I mean, yeah, there's definitely. I definitely think there's points where the movie could have used like a bit more, a bit more flesh to it. I suppose.
yeah,
One may say to actually to kind of further develop some of the like maybe give like some not even so much like depth, but rather just like give like certain characters like more to do, or just adds more flesh to like the thematics,
yeah,
between the romantic leads and the two Rodans. And that's kind of like another one of they kind of lead the transition us pretty nicely to the next prompt, which is kind of involving Shigeru and Kyo, um,
Mhm.
where they kind of like actually where the film actually gives us like a decent chunk, of stuff with them, at the start, or even like the first half, but then they just kind of then they just kind of just falter, just end up being secondary by the second half of the story. And I kind of wonder like if there was any way that we could have like that the film could have like made some changes to make them a little more important throughout the narrative, as opposed to them just sort of being bystanders by the
the
end.
thing is
Have
when you go with the military thing, you normally always kill your characters, like very few movies manage to do that unless it's like the immediate ending, like for example the Iron Giant. you know the kid is always important because the military do their thing right at the end. You don't have like the whole third act being unrelated from them, and
yeah.
that's because they care about the Iron Giant, right? But with a monster that's impersonal to you, there's not much left to do. You will have to remake the whole story. I think at that point.
Yeah. Like, I was going to say maybe you could have something relating to the internal conflict, but there really isn't much else.
Yeah, it's choices. They made choices for the movie, which is not a bad thing. But now with the power of retrospective, we can tell that maybe you should have done something differently. Like now that it's been 70 years, we know the strengths of this story and this movie, and we can
Yeah.
figure out, what's like the best way to do certain things and what they should have changed. But at the time, they maybe felt like they needed to do the military thing, right?
Yeah.
Like
Because it was
that's how
kind of like
thing
a
were Toho.
staple. Because the military stuff was kind of like a staple of the time.
Exactly. Yeah. So maybe they felt pressure to do that, or maybe that was always the goal, and the first 2/3 of the movie were just like a thing to justify it.
Yeah.
It's odd. I wish we had like a documentary of how that was made. Like
Yeah.
not the movie, the script
Sorry, I
specifically.
had to step out for a minute. Did I miss anything?
No, you didn't. We're just talking
I
about it.
just gave out $1 million to everyone on stream that was here. So sorry.
Bullshit.
Yeah.
we're just talking about like the human stuff. I think as is, I don't mind the human cast, even with them shafting everything. It's like, yeah, there's still, yeah, it could have been better, but as is, it really isn't terrible.
Yeah,
is-
no,
Is
It's like,
yeah.
I don't know.
is Kyo the girl?
Kyo's
the girl?
Kyo's the wife, the brother of the guy whom is presumed murdered.
Yeah. Okay. I didn't. I don't even remember her beside after the scene where she cries. Like I understand that she probably was the one taking care of the guy while he had amnesia, but she like literally does nothing in the movie afterwards.
She
Yeah.
also
Like
cried
the
when the
biggest.
Rodans died.
Who cares? Who cares? The movie's over. You're crying. Who cares? It's like, oh, a woman crying in a movie in the 50s. Well,
yeah. Well, I mean, it's kept. I mean, like everyone in that scene was kind of like were kind of pretty solemn, anyways. Because they were like watching this happen. Where basically just like two animals, out of time essentially, and even somewhat mutated potentially by the by nuclear power, essentially, or the abuse of it, which was kind of a thing that they just.
What I can't live at all.
Yeah, it really is. Yeah, they just like one of them is dying and the other one, and the other just like chooses to die with it. They pretty much there's a recognition of like somewhat of the tragedy behind it, even if for all the death and the carnage that they've kind of laid over the course of the film.
And this is where the "monsters are tragic beings" quote, where that Honda said, comes from.
Cheryl Honda, yes.
Yeah. God, I cannot get over that.
I fell into a brain ring.
But yeah, no, I think the human cast as is generally engaging.
Yeah. Yeah, like the thing about like Rodan is like it's not like there isn't really like much in the film that I could say like is outright bad in terms of like
it's
how
just
put together.
It's
it's
really
more
just
functional. Yeah,
it's really just
functional.
it's really just undercooked. That's it.
Yeah,
just
there's some that
doesn't mean it's bad.
Yeah, it's functional, but there's definitely there's definitely places that you could tweak a bit that would actually improve it significantly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which again is the reason why Toho should be remaking this thing, but they're not, because Godzilla or nothing, motherfuckers. How dare they do this?
And Rodan has to play.
It won't bring in the big
fiddle.
bucks, for Toho.
I mean, Rodan is part of the Big Five, so he might.
Yeah, but they have to.
Movie, I don't know though. I would like them to though.
Yeah, they had. Yeah, like I mean, you want to do something like Toho is like being like we're trying to be experimental with our rewind era. It's like motherfucker. How about do a remake of Rodan? That's experimental.
Yeah.
Have it be a minus Rodan.
call it Shin
Yeah.
Rodan or something like that.
Shin
As
Rodan.
Yeah,
Shin
you
Universe,
know
yeah,
what?
God.
With what
yeah,
Toho
I'll
is
listen
doing
to
nowadays,
Shinverse.
you could literally have
As we
Shin
already got a
Rodan
Shin Rodan.
on a
It's called
separate
Singular Point.
timeline. Yeah, on a separate timeline from -1, you could do
How
that,
about
and you
Frank?
can
I mean,
still
shit, I'm still
continue
waiting for
-1.
Frankenstein versus Baragon. Waiting for that remake to happen.
Or
Del Toro's
War
watch Del
of
Toro
the
do it.
Gargantuas.
Ooh,
Del
that would be
Toro,
interesting.
I need you to make a sequel and buy the rights to Baragon now.
Come on, Tim Burton, bring Frankenstein and the Gargantuas to the MonsterVerse.
and
No.
Or
add
I
Why
Baragon.
Tim
I
Burton?
don't
and
trust
add
Tim
Baragon
Burton
beating
at
up the
all.
Uma.
I don't trust Tim Burton at all with these things. Not happening.
yeah, no, please no.
Yeah, don't.
Like he has made Wednesday, right? So please no.
I kind of like the Wednesday show.
I
have
like
not-
it for what it is, which is something that you turn your brain off. I can do that because Jenna Ortega is there. But besides that, like it's Swiss cheese. It's so riddled with plot holes that it turned into Swiss cheese.
I have not seen it yet, and frankly, I don't have interest in seeing it.
Yeah, no,
Well,
it's
I will
understandable.
tell you this, Minecraft. If you go down further down in South Texas, you'll see a bunch of bootleg Wednesday merch.
Oh,
Oh yeah. Yep.
I'm not kidding. Like, if you go to a flea market, like in down
Oh
South
yeah.
Texas, you'll see like Wednesday Adams merch.
Yep.
You know those dolls that people were making bold on the shelves, and the stores were telling people to stop doing that. That was funny when that was happening. So basically, they had like all of these little merch dolls for Wednesday.
I wouldn't
And
mind Tim Burton tackling on a kaiju film, but I
I
don't
mean,
know. I
he
kind
kind
of
of
think he.
did.
Like the thing is, I think he might have would have done better if he was at peak in the '90s. If that makes sense.
yeah.
I
The
feel
thing
like
is, he
the
kind
next
of
season
did
of
that
Wednesday needs
actually.
Rodan. Rodan would improve the series.
Yeah, because he's Mexican too, right? So
Yo, yeah.
yeah, it's just a family
Where's the
meeting.
weed?
Yeah, he's the uncle. He's the other uncle. But the thing
Speaking
is, Tim
of,
Burton did kind of make a kaiju movie sequence for one of his movies. I think it was
Frankenweenie.
Frankenweenie.
Frankenweenie,
Yeah.
yeah, because like
Yeah,
he had that
Frankenweenie.
whole. It was one big Gamera reference.
Mm-hmm, yep.
Yeah, and it wasn't like anything special. Like I'm just gonna say that it wasn't like a huge deal where it was like, oh, the kaiju sequence in Frankenweenie just shows how good he will be. It was like it's like the bare minimum I would expect from someone that kind of likes
It's
kaiju. It
oh,
wasn't
in
special.
Mars Attacks, they stole stock footage from Godzilla vs. Biollante in the movie.
Yep.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and Pee Wee's Big Adventure, they also had the set where you have King Ghidorah
Yep.
fighting. Yeah.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways,
Yep,
going
good
back to
times.
Rodan, have you ever seen any movie posters where they gave the film an X rating?
No?
They gave
Yeah,
it
for
a
some
rating.
reason, I don't know.
Yeah, like apparently in places like the UK, they gave the film an X rating because of the monster violence. Ooh.
I
Yeah,
thought
but
it
did
had
you
something to do with. I thought
Wasn't
it had
that for
something to do with like.
Brandon's video or no?
That was like back when the movie was released in theaters in the UK.
I could have sworn
wasn't that
Brandon did
violent.
a reference on that.
You know what's funny? Like during the scene where they like find where they like washing that one guy up or the body of that guy, and they just like put him like on like the table. Like it's. Oh god, I don't even know if I should even say it. Like you see his bulge.
Bruh, why are you focusing
Oh wait,
on his
really?
Why?
No,
What?
it's
I
under, no,
never
it's under, no,
noticed.
no, no, it's under a cloth. Like I just like what? It's like shouldn't he be dead?
I
Like,
mean,
what?
maybe rigor mortis said
was
it.
he
I
that
don't
hard
know.
when he died?
What? I don't know. Like, what was the Megalodon doing with him? I don't know.
Yeah, gosh.
Either way,
Oh,
rigor
God.
mortis set in.
Oh god, this is right after the Jiger discussion too. No.
No.
Oh
Wednesday
my
didn't give me a
God.
God Mommy. She has 0 out of 10.
Jesus God.
Okay. All right. No, serious question. We'll get back into Rodan a bit, but just a serious question. Does anyone count Varong as a goth mommy?
Yes.
Because I did.
Wrong.
Yes.
Varong, the girl, the fire Navi chick from Avatar 3.
Oh,
Can
I
we
can't
stop
tell.
booting to that girl for 1 second? Jesus.
I
No, I'm not gonna
swear,
stop,
the thing is,
goddammit.
because of her being in the movie, I kind of want to watch the movie just to see how it is.
Yeah, no, she's super hot.
Yes.
She's
I've
not-
seen promotions.
I've
Yeah,
seen
I can
better.
definitely see. Cameron
Yeah,
was
I've seen
cooking, as they
better.
say.
It was-
They knew what they were doing.
It took them 3
That's
movies
different.
to finally get me to be horny for Navi.
I've seen better from elsewhere.
3 of them.
3 movies. It took them
Skill.
3 movies.
See, I still haven't broken yet. I'm sorry. Not happening. She's crazy. I'm not sticking my dick in crazy.
That's like the
That's
best
exactly. That's what I
way.
told Nico the other day.
That's the best place to put it in, actually.
Yes.
The difference between this and the difference between this and Reknera is because Reknera isn't actively trying to kill me.
She's just trying to tie you up in her silk.
Exactly.
Look, you just gotta convince her not to cut your heart out. That's all.
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
not risking that. She's insane.
You gotta have some wisdom on you.
Look, Minecraft, if I'm gonna die, I want it to be because of a hot girl, okay? Like,
I
I don't
know.
want to die.
I know,
old
but
age.
have standards for which hot girl you're dying from.
I know, but like the other ones are not gonna stab me, so I don't want the other ones.
Won't that just be a yandere?
That will be nice too if she likes to burn things.
Yeah, she's like, yeah, exactly. Like she, what you just be like, look, I'll get you a flamethrower, baby.
The
Yeah.
spider is more likely to suffocate me, and I'm perfectly fine with that.
Yeah, but like suffocate you with webs or with her huge tits.
Oh my God.
Listen,
Because if it's with webs, if it's webs, then I don't want it.
Hey, wow,
If it's
listen. It's gonna be the webs and her thorax, which is essentially her massive ass.
Do you
No,
call
but-
this ass? Do you call thorax ass?
Yeah, no, it's not. It's not the same, Minecraft.
I
have
don't
priorities.
fucking care.
You don't have
Anyways,
priorities.
I have my priorities straight.
Yeah,
No, I'm not
Rodan.
crazy. Let's get
Yeah,
back to
exactly.
the pterosaur
Let's
before
get
this
back
gets
to
even
Rodan, I
worse.
guess. Who
God
would
damn it,
fight
Gregory,
Rodan?
don't add on to this. Don't add on to this, Gregory.
MC is slowly turning to
okay,
crew.
I haven't done a prompt regarding Rodan that we will go through. So
Oh, thank God Zim isn't here.
Rodan.
Yeah, as far as like Akira Fukabe's soundtrack, like what would be like what's a pretty neat soundtrack, and I'm wondering if anybody kind of, I guess, like how does anyone think it compares to
Oh,
what the wow, what did he do? What did he do?
Wow.
private chat.
Wow.
What did he do? Hold on, let me see it. Hold on. What? Share this with the rest of the class, okay?
Jeez.
Wait, I'm just saying there's two and one is a female, so Rodusi is a thing. I'm just saying. That's not an opinion. It's a fact.
But,
Okay?
but
And facts don't care about your feelings.
the thing is, where are her tits though?
No. No.
Let me see.
Anyways, I think the music is done really well. Like, of
Yeah.
course,
Yeah.
it's accurate.
I
The only
wasn't
music
paying
I remember from the
attention.
movie is the intro music.
Yeah, I wasn't really paying attention much to music while watching. So
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
can't
that's-
really comment.
That's kind of another thing. Like, there's some.
The loud piano's beginning.
Yeah.
No, you gotta do the.
By the way, I have an image of baby Rodan pulled up. I have an image of baby Rodan.
I have the
It's
music.
absolutely adorable.
Well, funny, that track isn't even technically in this film, or at least
I think it first appears in Ghidorah.
Varen.
Yeah, Ghidorah the three-headed.
Yeah,
No, I think it appeared
which
in
is
Varen, I
funny
believe.
because Basically,
Was it Baron? Was
no,
it?
Yeah,
Ifukube
it's
just
Baron,
made.
yeah.
Yeah, it was in Baron.
In the
Oh.
intro, I believe too. Yeah.
Huh.
Good
And
old
it's funny
Baron,
because
guys.
now we call it the Rodan theme, and it's not even the Rodan's original theme.
Yeah, it's not-
Rodan
Rodan
has-
can't even keep his own fucking theme song. Poor guy.
To be
This is
fair,
why Baron
to
needs
be
to
fair,
appear in
but-
minus
to be
zero.
Guys,
fair, Godzilla's
he didn't
theme
get
isn't
Bear
also his
McCreary.
original theme. It appeared in the comedy in I think in the 30s, I believe.
Yeah, I guess it's one of those things where we wonder like how does it compare to Rodan, the original Rodan soundtrack comparing to the original Godzilla and Fukube's works that would
Thing
come
is,
out.
like Godzilla's soundtrack, like glazing aside, like glazing in history aside, that is a genuinely well done soundtrack.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Like,
Yes.
and Rodan, on the other hand, it's like the beginning is really good, but then throughout the movie, it's like very forgettable and meh.
yeah, like the soundtrack works well. You know, when you're watching the movie, it complements like the music complements the scenes that it comes in pretty well. But as far as like just in isolation, you're not really gonna be like going out of your way to like listen to the soundtrack.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
just to me. I call it. It's more of a Akira Fukube music. You know, it's just his music that we know and love about his music.
It's not his best by any
Signature
stretch,
style, kinda
but
like-
It's not his
Yeah.
best, but he's still giving it his all.
Yeah,
yeah, that's
Mhm.
kind of like a Daimogen in a way, or
yeah, no, I
Or-
can
yeah.
see that.
Gorath, not Gorath, Gorath. Dogora. That's what it's called.
Dogra, yeah,
Dogora, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
yeah. I need to properly watch Dogra.
Yeah.
We
I
need,
rewatched
we
it.
need to see
I
Rodan
think
and
I'll go
Godzilla be allies again.
Read that in the comics, Lo-Fi. Read them in the comics.
what is it
Okay,
even in?
I will.
Okay, what context? Did I miss some context here? Because he just brought
I
that
love
up.
how Rodan in Drugs 56 sounds like an air jet.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
funny.
Rodan in almost all of his movies sound like a
Well,
fighter
gee,
jet
and maybe
flying
it's because he's like flying super fast or something.
Yeah, supersonic.
He just talk- yeah, he's supersonic. He
Living and learning.
He's living.
This is his world.
by. He's the original supersonic.
No.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let me try something. I hope this doesn't flag the stream.
Oh wait, we should make fan art of Rodan dressed as Sonic. Now that I think about it,
Honestly, yeah.
yeah.
See, weirdly.
No,
Okay, all right, no. Yeah, I was about to say, don't do that. Don't do that shit. Well, actually,
We
it's
already had to deal with confused Matthew. We're not dealing with that.
Exactly.
yeah. As far as copyright stuff, I don't want. Yeah,
I mean, it's super muffled.
And it
Yeah,
cuts
it's-
off occasionally, but yeah, no, we're not doing that.
I
Um,
think my humming was already enough to wake up the Toho ninjas.
Yeah.
The theme song of the original Rodan.
actually, to be fair, like as far as like video game soundtracks, like apparently they don't get copyrightism as much as like movie soundtracks do.
yeah,
like,
but let's not risk it.
No,
Yeah.
no, let's not.
Yeah, sorry about that. It was a nicer idea in my head.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess speaking of video games, do any of y'all know of this like canceled Rodan game that was actually advertised?
Oh yeah, for the Super. The
Awesome.
Oh,
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
fuck's sake. Dude, Rodan just keeps getting nails. He's like 2005.
You know what's funny? Like even like you know what's funny? Like
Wow,
Rodan.
don't compare
I mean, there was a
Rodan.
reference.
to
That
to
was
Rodan
beautiful.
in Godzilla 2 for the NES. I think there's one level where you get to fight 2 Rodans when you're playing as a military.
Ooh.
That was that. I forgot. I think it was level 3 or 4. If I
Speaking
remember.
Yeah, I
of getting
can't believe
short,
Rodan was gonna have his own game.
speaking
Yeah,
of getting like
Maybe that was the
speaking of getting
leftovers.
shortchanged, speaking of Rodan getting shortchanged, like his final he never really like his final appearances in the Showa era was just archive footage. Like at least Anguirus had like a full proper final appearance in Godzilla
At
vs.
least
Mechagodzilla.
Anguirus died in battle.
Well,
No,
did
he
he
died.
die? No,
I
he
don't
didn't.
actually. No, I.
No, I
No,
don't
he
remember.
just ran away, but
He
he got
ran
his
away.
balls
But,
kicked
But
in.
like he had he lost a battle.
Yeah.
pretty
But he's
badly.
still alive.
Don't forget,
That's
he lost the
evident with
jaw.
Destroy all monsters.
Well, no, we're talking about like like Rodan, like the last that we see of Rodan in the show era is like archive footage. Like
No, like
people
I'm
don't
talking about
forget this.
Anguirus.
Like people forget this, but like Rodan actually like appeared in stock as like stock footage in Godzilla vs. Megalon, like during the
Yeah, and it's implied
like,
that he goes down with everyone else during this.
yeah, very briefly.
Oh yeah.
When I was,
And
when I was actually talking about Anguirus being alive after his fight with Mechagodzilla.
I
and Destroy All
thought
Monsters.
Sea Monster. I thought you were talking
No, but,
about
like, in
Terra
release
Mechagodzilla.
order.
That was the
Yeah,
last
well,
one.
yeah,
No, we're
yeah,
talking
well,
about a release order.
Oh, hold on,
okay.
I was trying to get. Yeah, I was getting to that as well. Like, the final appearance that Rodan made in archive footage was in Terror of Mechagodzilla. But
Yeah.
I was just making a note of how I was making a note that he did like he was supposed to like technically like he quote unquote appeared in Godzilla vs. Megalon, but it's stock footage from Destroy All Monsters. So it's like, do we even count that or not?
Oh no.
No.
That's like counting Bruce Lee appearing in Game of Death.
Rodan died. It's like, they're just like they just pick up like footage left over from like unfinished projects, and they're just like, here's Rodan. Or no, it'd be like Carrie Fisher in Rise of Skywalker. They had to like use deleted scenes from other movies.
Oh boy.
Stitch it together.
They
I'm still sad that Carrie Fisher's been gone for this long.
I know, right?
You know
10
what
years,
I'm
right,
sadder
guys?
about? The fact that they literally used her corpse in the movies with CG.
Wait, what?
No, they CG double her essentially.
Oh.
Like,
Yeah,
they didn't literally. Here's the thing. I wouldn't put. No, here's the thing. I don't blame you for assuming this, but for assuming that they would actually dig up, exhume Carrie Fisher's corpse for Rise of Skywalker, but that's not what happened. Allegedly.
Going on a brief tangent, like I know, like Ghostbusters Afterlife kind of did the same thing, but I feel like in that movie is a little more justified since it's Ghostbusters. Like, of course, you
Yeah.
don't have like ghosts.
Yeah, and at least,
Yeah.
I think like they make it make sense in universe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know what? Even one movie where people attack this, and I hate the fucking movie, but I still defend it, is Ash in Alien Romulus.
You mean Rook?
I think it makes sense.
Oh.
Rook, yeah. But you
Yeah,
know, like the Ash model being brought back.
Yeah, they use Ian Holmes' likeness for the android in Romulus.
Yeah, that scene was rough.
It's a difference between something like that and The Flash.
I mean, as a
Oh,
non.
I mean,
God.
the Flash is worse, dude. Oh yeah, good God.
That's the
Flash is
movie
so-
that I refuse to watch at all.
Don't watch it. Don't watch
The
it.
Flash physically
I've-
ruined Man of Steel for me.
No, The Flash is just
The only thing I
no,
need to see is him
not
getting the
touching
baby out of the
that one.
microwave. That's all I need.
I am not touching that movie.
I've seen it.
It's one of the worst movies ever made.
Yeah, it's bad, dude.
So horrible.
They
Imagine
could
if
have done better with Monster vs. Rodan, though. They could have done with Rodan.
they did. They had like some Polar
And
Express
Lao's
like
is
CGI.
Lau's gone.
Again.
So freaking bad.
Yeah.
The Flash is so bad that Lao had to go.
Oh my God.
I can't believe I saw that, and I can't believe I fucking
You
saw
saw
that.
it in theaters? What?
For
You saw it in
discount.
theaters?
It was for a discount. It was for a
What?
discount.
God,
Dude,
Wait,
I saw
what
it
is for a
on HBO
discount?
Max when it
see,
came to
even
HBO
for a
Max.
discount, that's not worth it.
Yeah,
Well,
no.
what did you get for a
Here's the
discount?
thing. I pretty much went into it like it's mainly just to be part of the conversation essentially. But like, I mean, I kind of figured okay, it's probably not going to be that good. I didn't expect it to be like that fucking horrible. It floored me like how much worse than what I was actually expecting it to be. It turned out to be.
It's like if Polar Express and Son of the Mask had a kid together, you get the Flash.
Hey, don't disrespect the Polar Express.
No, I like the Polar Express. I like the Polar Express. I'm talking about CGI. I'm talking about CGI. I'm talking about CGI.
The actual genuine work of art, Kaz. What the hell's wrong with you?
Hey, I'm not
Polar
dissing the
Express
Polar
does
Express.
have
I like the Polar
that
Express.
on the
I'm
ice.
just talking about the
You
CGI
Oh my
aspect.
god!
Oh my goodness.
Okay, let's get back to Rodan again.
Actually,
Loud.
hey, I'm not
Yes.
saying that I would. I'm just saying that Varang is better. You know that's all. That's all I'm
Yeah.
saying.
God damn it, Lau.
Damn you, Lau. Damn you.
Yes.
Damn you all to hell.
But to be fair though, I do have to say that like I do kind of respect the Flash for not making Batman like invincible, like he literally dies killing one guy
Yeah, but
instead
he
of
still
doing like
gets.
the fan service thing.
He died like an idiot. Since still,
Didn't he kamikaze or no?
he kamikaze.
Yeah, he did, right?
Kamikaze.
Yeah, exactly. He
did.
Yeah,
kamikazed
but at
into a
least they
ship
didn't.
that he knew
Yeah.
that it turned out, oh no, it had shield, so we gotta go back in time and just warn him, and just so he could die later on, anyways.
Man, that movie was hurt, man. That movie was hard to watch.
That movie was just
Flash.
that movie's like worse than ass
Yeah,
because
no,
at least
everything I hear-
ass would be a good thing.
Dude, it's in my worst movies ever
Everything I
made list for a
hear
reason.
About everything I hear about the Flash just tells me that it was a good thing to not watch it.
Oh yeah, and also fuck Urza Miller.
Yeah,
Oh,
no,
yeah.
that guy
Yeah,
made it
yeah,
worse.
that guy.
That guy.
Yeah, no, fuck him.
He's
Don't
an
actually
idiot.
fuck him.
Actually, don't fuck him. Don't.
Don't
Just
actually-
throw
Oh,
him
no,
somewhere.
no.
Either way.
Send him,
Anyways, Rodan.
send him to Arkham Asylum.
Yeah. What if Rodan was in Rio?
Rodan in Rio.
Rio.
I mean, he was already in Mexico, so he was already halfway there.
Well, I mean, by the time you get to like JXK, Rodan kind of like
No, the
was in
movie
another-
Rio.
I kind of feel like if
Oh.
he flies over the island, or right, or is that
Rio's not an island; it's in Brazil.
Yeah, it's in the continent of South
Isn't the
America.
second? Doesn't the second movie take place in an island or no?
No, it's not.
No.
There's like little.
The Blue Sky movie Rio literally takes place in Rio, which is in Brazil.
Yeah,
Hey,
Jason,
I haven't seen that movie in 10 years, so I don't remember shit.
That's not a good excuse. You should
It
know your
is a
God's
good
geography.
A good excuse. Yes.
Do you not know your 5 themes of geography?
So basically, Brazil,
I thought they meant like
Rio
Rio
is
Grande.
not an island, but it has like some structures. For example, the Pão Dulce or something like that, which is like a huge mountain in like a really weird shape that's really round.
When I
That's
think of
technically an island.
when I think
technically,
of
guess.
Rio, I think of that Rio album from Duran Duran. That's why.
What?
Yep.
I think of Tropa de Elite, which is a movie about the favelas and how the cops.
That or
deal
Nico,
with
you
all of
understand this? The Rio Grande Valley.
The Rio Grande Valley. That's a completely different thing from Rio de Janeiro.
that. That's funny because you have Rio Grande do Sul and do Norte in Brazil, which are like the different cities. But my island, the city in which I lived in the Antarctic, was also called Rio Grande.
Was
I
that-
can never imagine
didn't you
living
say-
near Antarctica.
Didn't you say you lived in the Falklands? In the Falklands?
No, next to the Falklands, but in the Arctic. Like so.
Wait,
If
you
you
lived
go-
at the bottom of the world at some point?
Yeah.
Around.
You live in
the
what?
Yeah,
world,
because I know you said
around
you
the
lived with
world,
penguins and how
around.
terrifying they actually are.
Um,
Yeah, some penguins. There's a lot of cute ones, but there's also some that are like really fucking ugly.
Oh, wow,
That's
did
why-
you-
Any happy feet?
Did you confirm like whether or not you saw like Ghidorah like buried in the ice somewhere?
Oh yeah, no. So
Did you see
the
where
thing is
the
when you
second
walk
impact
around,
happened?
yeah, all of those things are actually like super common, but no one wants to come because of the cold. So like what I would do is I went to the supermarket next to Ghidorah's corpse, and then I climbed the hill right next to the thing, and that's where I went to school.
Wait,
So
So
I have to
that
answer
was
something.
33, and then you went to the thing, and then you
Wow.
saw where Evangelion took place. The whole like second.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Yeah, from
no.
school, I looked out the window and I
The
had
second
all of
impact.
those three things right there. Yeah.
Yeah, here's,
Lau, let me ask you something, Lau. Did you meet any happy feet?
Actually, yeah, there were a lot of severed feet on the beaches.
Severed
And
feet.
they all had like happy faces on them, like carved into the flesh with a knife.
Oh my god.
So you didn't see any. So you didn't see any tap dancing penguins, Lau?
Oh no! The only penguins that move funny are the ones that say your name in the night, so for children to come out, and then we never see them again. You know, like the Arctic is kind of weird. Yeah.
Oh my god.
I feel bad for Rodan the movie right now because like it like right now because we're just like because it's a good movie, but there is like it is kind of one of those films where like there isn't really much to say about it other than that it's a
It's a good movie. It
Yeah.
introduced an iconic
Let's talk about the
character.
movie's
That's
legacy.
why.
How about that?
It's very flawed. That's the thing, but the flaws
Yeah,
are
it
not
is. It
like
is.
ter-
There's just something.
But the good
like,
outweighs the flaws.
The thing is,
Yeah.
there's something missing about that movie, Tim, that makes it on par with Mothra 61, which I think is the better movie.
Yeah,
Sure.
I
Don't
did
let
it with
Rick say-
54.
don't let Rick hear you say that, Kaz.
Uh-oh.
Oh yeah, no.
Oh,
Yeah, no. I seen that review. Oh god.
Which one? What did Rick
For the original Mothra movie.
Yeah, I know.
What did Rick say about the original Mothra
He
movie?
gave it like a 1.5 stars out of 5.
Yeah, he said.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
I know.
read you the
What do you
review before Minecraft.
Who's rich?
Rick the squirrel.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I don't take him very seriously to be fair, but yeah, okay.
Again, he's not a bad guy, but his takes are.
I never said that.
Yeah,
they're
I don't
weird.
think that necessarily. It's just
You
You
that
know what's
don't
funny?
talk
Like,
about it. You don't
I've
get
only
to-
seen the. Here's a quick question. Which cut of Mothra is like better, the Japanese or the American? Because I've only seen the American.
I have only seen the
I
Japanese
don't remember
version.
that many differences with the either cuts, to be honest.
Well, I mean, I'm
There
talking which
wa-
one is better in terms of like.
They're kind of both the same in a way.
I think
Except
one of them
the
is like.
main
I know
guy
one of
says
them's
Nani
10 minutes
like 5
shorter.
times throughout the entire
Who's
movie.
fapping?
Who the hell is
who's
tapping their
fapping?
Oh, sorry. I was.
Oh my god.
Oh my
That
god!
That sounds like we're doing
Oh,
something else.
five, do you have something to say?
No, I was
None of you want to share with the rest of the class?
Sorry.
You better
I was
not be.
tapping my
You better not be
phone.
good
You were-
into Parang.
Were you gooning to Mothra?
No! I was tapping my phone. Like, look.
You naughty boy.
No,
Naughty
I
little
don't
boy.
like. I, do
I
not-
knew there was something. I knew there was something.
No, I don't.
I
go-
knew
He
it.
her
I knew
happy
it too.
feet.
I knew it.
I don't. go
Was
to
it because of
Mothra.
happy feet?
I'm not a zoophile. I'm not a zoophile.
Happy Feet, directed by Quentin Tarantino.
No. No, I do not goon to Mothra. I don't get
The best of both
the
worlds.
sexual appeal to Mothra.
That's a Nell take because in 2019 they gave her such a small waist that I was like,
Wow!
yeah, I would.
No!
Wow.
The
I feel like-
directors,
I
the
feel
directors knew
I
what they
feel
were
like
doing.
between live and learn is
Barang
the
I
least
can
of the
get.
streets work.
Rodan, fine. No.
What is wrong with us?
A lot of things.
We're degenerates.
We are autistic male assholes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Some
Yeah,
of us
probably
have also
the
watched
most.
Monster Musume.
Well, some of us are more assholes than others.
Some of
Yeah,
us
I
have
guess.
also watched Monster Musume, and that has physically affected our brains. Anyways,
Yeah.
And 100 Girlfriends, which actually a
Can we talk
physically
about
made me a better
Archaeopteryx,
person.
Rodan, please? Or did we already cover him?
the concept design.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I would like to see Rodan with feathers, especially in a minus
Can we show?
universe.
Can we show the
Inflammable
pictures?
feathers? No?
I guess they have to. Well, I think it would have. There would have to be like some kind of screen share if we could pull that up.
Yeah, I think Zim would be able to do it better.
Like
Yeah.
inflammable feathers, you know?
But yeah,
Pretty cool.
we started this conversation with feathered Rodan. I want Rodan to have feathers at some point. I don't
Me too.
care if it's a pterosaur or a bird. Just do it.
Yeah.
Do it.
Why did Singular Point make Rodan an Star Kid?
I
Why
don't know.
is
It
it
seemed
like
a good
that?
idea at the time.
Because
They wanted
Toe
to
and
go for, I
Joe.
guess, more.
Yeah, the reason why.
Yeah, no, I have nothing. I have nothing. I was gonna say realistic take, I guess, on most of the kaiju's, I guess. But
That is not Singular Point is anything but realistic. Let's be blunt here.
I don't
I
know.
am
Or
so
more.
It's
surprised.
about
no,
as
that's not
realistic
fair.
as Mickey
I
Mouse
guess-
in the real world.
I'm so surprised that Rodan from Singular Point didn't get the same backlash as the 1998 Godzilla incarnation. Like that is literally Reno. Rodan in name only.
I don't think I'd go that far.
I wouldn't
No.
say that because, like,
Nah.
Rodan, at least in the original film, was meant to be more based on prehistoric dinosaurs.
And
Or
also, you
terrorist
do
Rodan
have
was
the
always more
shadow.
animalistic.
And also, you do have the shadow Rodan, which to some people, even if it took like 5 seconds, kind of was
Like, Shadow
better
Rodan
than
looks
98.
sick. Shadow Rodan looks sick. The
He does.
first version that we see is why does he look like that?
The thing about Shadow Rodan is like he comes up so quickly in like that episode. I don't even remember what he looks like.
Yeah, and then you also
I struggle to even pin down what his design even was.
Same,
and then you
same.
have
You know,
the,
like
we honestly may never get an explanation because season 2 is likely not happening.
But you know
I
what?
believe season
Sometimes,
two is,
you know what?
long
Sometimes,
dead in the water now.
let me just put it this way: like, yeah, maybe it's for the best that we don't need to know because if season 2 isn't happening, then I'm fine with that.
Yeah, it's
I don't.
not
I wish we
happening.
got an OVA, to be honest, of Godzilla on the beach in his giant swimming trunks playing with the other kaijus. Being a
Yeah, we
goober.
all
We're
know
not
that's never
getting a
gonna happen.
Godzilla Beach OVA.
We will do one day with all the characters hanging around. Like that'd be the hilarious thing ever.
That
I
actually
mean,
could happen
the
in the
only,
new
the
Godzilla
only way I can see
anime.
that happening is with Godzilla Land or that other
That could
Godzilla.
actually
Godzilla,
happen with the new
boy.
Godzilla anime, if we're being honest. Especially with the kids having kaiju powers. Oh.
you know, I do think we should get a beach episode OVA because that way we get to see May on a swimsuit. Think about that. Investments, opportunity,
I don't
upgrades.
care
People.
enough about it. I don't care enough about anything in Singular Point to even want that. Like it's just
No.
like
No, not happening.
I will
Kaiju number
forever
8,
defend
fine.
Jet Jaguar and Anguirus in the show.
Kaiju number 8, fine. Singular Point, no.
Mm-hmm.
Kaiju number 8 is fine,
Kaiju girl.
But-
oh, never mind.
but
Actually,
if you
No,
watch
no,
Attack on
that-
Titan
no, not
and Tokyo
Kaiju Girl.
Ghoul,
We're not gooning to Kaiju Girl Caramelize. We're not
I
She's
don't
doing
even
literally
know what
a
that
child, Kaz. She's
hey, no,
literally
no,
a
no, no.
child.
The mom though, the mom.
Don't
Okay, fine. You could go to the mom. You could go to the mom.
it's like Pokemon. You go there for the moms.
the
Yeah,
mom or the
mother-
mons themselves.
Oh.
The moms.
You know they say a fan service ride. It's best service.
God damn it! Why did we
Fucking
have to watch
hell.
Monster Musume?
We deviated
No,
again.
I got that from
Rodan.
100 Girlfriends.
But I'm
That's
glad
the
I
actual
wasn't
line from
there.
100 Girlfriends.
Um,
I like to put
Who's
make a
Who's tapping?
disclaimer.
Who's tapping again?
No,
Who's doing that again? God dang it!
No, not again.
Are you
Who's
sure it's not
tapping?
U05? Are you sure you're not looking up Pokemon?
no, that's
right
Kaz.
now?
No, that
No,
was Kaz
no,
this
that
time.
was 05.
That was
That was
Kaz
05.
this time.
That
05 was
05.
muted.
No,
No,
that
it
was 05.
Kaz,
wasn't.
are you
I was
are you
muted.
jorking into
I was muted. I was muted the entire time.
All
Yeah.
right, I'll take
05
your
was
word.
muted the
Kaz,
entire time.
Someone's
That
I
was
was clapping.
Kaz.
I was
Guilty.
clapping my hands.
Yes, sure, buddy.
Like you
sure.
know, you know, like
Okay.
yeah, literally, hear me out.
Okay, you're not helping your case.
Let me explain.
Anyways.
You know that clip from I Show Speed where he claps constantly, and he
By the
gets
way,
the-
I
that's
wanna-
kinda what I was going for.
I want to make a disclaimer. For those who maybe listen to this, I've never watched Una Musume, whatever it's called. I've never
Musume.
watched.
Musume.
Monster Musume or 100 Girlfriends. You haven't seen those. You're not innocent. You and Lau watched Avatar 3.
Hey, it started with you two going into Avatar.
One character in Avatar. God damn it!
Dude, what is the
That
stream
one
turned into?
character was the downfall of humanity.
Yeah.
Look, all I'm
Then
saying.
the Fire
is-
Nation attacked.
She will
Yeah.
single-handedly make Avatar 3 $1 billion. I promise you. We are on our way to that.
I
It
don't
already-
know
I
what
think
the
it
movie.
already
Right now,
has.
though.
Guys,
As
I
of
already watched Avatar 3 like 10 times and got arrested all 10 times, and I'm gonna do it again.
Oh my god.
They haven't caught. I've only seen it twice. They haven't caught me yet because I'm.
Don't have a cow, man.
Anyway, let's get back to Rodan before we
Yeah,
start.
let's get back to Rodan. Yeah.
Let's can we
Rodan.
end this discussion before we start spiraling, please?
Yeah, let's get back to the discussion.
What else could be said about? Oh, I know. Criterion, release a Blu-ray already.
Oh
Yeah,
God damn it, please.
Come on,
I'm tired of
Criterion.
Paper Mac.
Release the Criterion Blu-ray for Rodan and War of the Gargantuas. It's been too
And the
long.
Mysterians. Don't forget about that.
And every
Oh,
single
Mysterians,
kaiju
yeah.
film they have in
Yeah.
their library.
Hold on, one person at a time. So that Criterion maybe could take notes. So one. All right,
Okay.
one movie per person. Go.
Criterion, give us Rodan and War of the Gargantuas in a double pack, just like how it was initially released by Classic Media. Do that, and I'll buy it. Pre-order it day one.
Okay.
I want that, but also
Criterion, please bundle both the Mysterians and Atragon if you have rights to Atragon in 4K or Blu-ray double pack, and I'll buy it instantly.
Okay,
Viz
Minecraft,
Media-
you're next.
Let's see, Frankenstein versus Paragon and War of the Gargantuas or Gorath.
Okay,
Ooh.
05, now you're next.
Viz Media, please do an actual Blu-ray home video release for the Godzilla Moses trilogy.
No, Criterion is listening.
Yeah, Criterion.
I was trying to do a joke, but in all seriousness, though, yeah, please do a 4K release to all of Toho's non-Godzilla movies.
Kaz is tired of paying HBO Max just to see War of the Gargantuas and
I
Rodan.
know. Yeah, okay. Lau, what do you want Criterion to do?
Avatar 3 uncensored.
I could have known that was going to happen.
It all goes back to fucking Avatar.
Oh my god.
Sorry, you guys just
James-
said all the movies
James
that I
Cameron
would
made a
have said.
mistake.
Okay. As for me, obviously, Rodan, that could, that'd be pretty swell. But also, like, maybe some more information. This is probably more likely the case. More information on like the release of Del Toro's Frankenstein, please.
Yes.
Yeah.
Please.
Like, not
Yes.
even, like, I mean, I'm pretty sure that they are going to release it if anybody will, but it's like
I mean,
more
they released
like.
Pinocchio on Blu-ray.
I have a
from
question.
Criterion.
Does Pinocchio have Del Toro's Pinocchio? Does it have a physical release or no?
Yeah,
I think it
Yeah, it
does.
Oh, did
Yeah,
okay.
it has a Blu-ray released by Criterion, so it's possible
Really? Oh, I
that
know
we'll
it.
be getting one.
Okay,
for
I didn't know. My
Frankenstein
bad.
soon.
I'm gonna be. I'll be all in on that.
Mhm.
Okay.
But yet, no Ultraman Rising.
Ultraman Rising, please.
Yeah, please, dude.
I want to watch Ultraman Rising at G-Fest at some point. A
and
crowd full of kaiju fans.
For
Oh
real.
my god.
Yeah.
Yeah.
see, does Sim have any other points to discuss about Rodan?
These are just kind of. I think I've just read through all the
I think
points, but I
that's
think
all
they're.
of it.
Yeah,
I think that's
but they're.
all of it.
Yeah, that's kind of. Yeah. He only gave me like 4 prompts essentially, but yeah, I would say like I kind of noticed how when they mentioned that the Rodans were worked so like a result of like nuclear powers of sorts, or at least like them being grown to like that sort of scale or even mutated somewhat. It kind of like, and the fact that it just kind of comes up like near the end of the movie, it did in a weird way, it's kind of reminded me of like an inversion of the whole Beast from 20,000 Fathoms like origins, where like the opening kind of like suggests like the nuclear powers and all that being the result of the Rhedosaurus being out and about and doing its thing. But but both movies kind of like they don't really lean into the nuclear narrative all that much.
I know the American cut did just that. Like it
Yeah.
opens with the atomic bomb going off, and it kind of suggests that that was what Rodan like led to.
Damn.
So
Mhm.
I once
Damn,
showed
so-
Rodan to my entire art class as background noise.
Yeah,
during
that's that's really bizarre. Like, how is the Japanese cut a Rodan longer, and yet there's less, and yet has less details for its plot than
That's
the
my
American
point.
cut? How does
That's
that
my
work?
point. This is the same thing that happened with G2K.
Yeah,
how is
but
that
that's just
possible?
editing. You know, you have bad editing and then you have like good editing. That's the wonders of editing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
for
the
movies.
dub is more action packed. I think like they just get right to the thing,
Hmm.
right to the.
Yeah, no,
I think the
they
matchup.
just jump right into it.
Yeah,
I guess I have to check out the American cut then. You know, at some
I
point.
found it on Daily Motion. I'll see if I could find the link for it.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, I
I
mean, like,
think
saw it
it's
on
also in
Tubi.
archive.
I saw it on
think.
Tu-
No,
on
yeah, no,
Tubi
I
with the
no,
very low
that's how.
quality.
Sorry, not Daily Motion. Internet Archive. No.
Yeah. The thing
No,
is, like,
was it?
the thing is, like, I've never really had much of a problem with the pacing in the original Japanese cut, you know. But yeah, it's kind of just strange that there's like some details that are kind of like you have to like connect the dots yourself in some way, or just, which isn't a bad thing in a way, but unfortunately, like, the film doesn't really give you quite enough to really be able to do the work yourself to go off on, essentially.
Mhm.
But the American cut actually does that. You know, like, it's been more efficient with the information it passes.
Mhm.
Although, for what I think I saw something, a comment from C. Animus in the chat like earlier, saying like that the narration in the American, because he has watched the American cut, but apparently like up to a certain point, and he said like the narration wasn't really all that great.
Yeah, the narration has its problems, but like I personally didn't mind it too much because like for me it was just kind of there.
Yeah, I mean, I get. Yeah, I
And
think
it's
that's
like-
just kind of me.
And it's nowhere near as overbearing as something like Godzilla Raids Again.
Yeah,
And even then, I
God.
didn't mind the narration there. So
Have you guys seen a movie called, speaking of like narration, that's in a sci-fi American film or American cut where it just doesn't belong? Like, how familiar are you guys with a movie called The Creeping Terror?
Nope. Not
oh
really.
god, I was just reminded of that movie yesterday.
90% of that whole fucking movie is narration.
I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it. I was reminded that film existed yesterday when I saw a T-shirt of it. At like a thrift
Number
store or something.
15.
It is one of the worst movies ever made. I just
I need to see it now.
I've never seen it before.
enter at your own risk. I'm warning you.
What is it called again?
The Creeping Terror. It involves it's a movie about like, it's an alien invasion movie, but it involves like an alien monster that is like the slowest fucking thing in the world, and with the dumbest people on it, like in the multiverse.
Is it the one with the tree monster, or is that another one?
No, it's not a tree monster. No,
Dude,
it's
I
like
watched it on Tubi.
it like, here's the thing. Mystery Science Theater have done an episode on it, but I'm sure you could find the movie itself somewhere. Like,
He said he found it on Tubi.
Yeah, Tubi.
TV. Maybe you probably might even be able to find it on YouTube, because it's like one of those movies that you get in like those like 50 movie sets. They're like all public domain.
Maybe Zagarujan already covered that movie because he did those like 50 horror packs.
I swear to God, guys, like, there are people there are characters in that movie who get eaten up by this thing. Who, like, the reason the thing is able to eat them, because it moves so slow, is where people just let the thing get close to them. They have no survival
That's
instincts
funny.
whatsoever goddamn.
That's hilarious.
The only instance involves some fat grandpa getting stuck in a creek. But even then, that's ridiculous.
I like how when I look it up on YouTube, I see Mystery Science Theater 3000. They did a review on it, and then I see the actual movie.
So right there. Yeah, you can find it pretty easily.
Watch both. Honestly, y'all want to do that in a voice chat? Y'all just want to watch this in a voice chat? Yeah. I still
Yeah,
need
we'll have to we have to schedule that sometime.
Yeah, I still need to schedule. To watch the Beast to watch 20 Million Miles to Earth. Honestly, I might do that tonight. But
Yeah.
yeah.
But I guess since there isn't anything else to say about Rodan, we could probably just start closing out the discussion.
I was going to tell you, like, there were some things that we said that we should discuss after we're done with the movie because it involved like rewriting.
Yeah.
Oh,
It was
yeah,
one of
that's
the.
what I meant. That's what
It was one of Sim's points. I don't remember which one. I think it was like the first one you mentioned, actually.
Oh yeah, like what story changes that we propose to kind of make the departure from the Megalunulon to the Rodans be more prominent, like make that transition like less jarring, as well as like how we could maybe potentially have like the two lead humans like be implemented more, throughout the narrative, like so as opposed to just being background characters later by the end. Like I suppose like what kind of story changes we would like to like we could suggest to like have it to where like we could still have the Mega Nulon in, but have it to where the transition from like have the film sort of go from okay to have the film the transition like not have it be so be like so hard cut essentially from the Mega Nulon being a threat with no hints at Rodan at all, or at least no hints that like that they're like that apparent. Let's just say like pretty easy to extract without it being
Kaz, what were you laughing at?
I'm reading the comments that I'm sorry, I was reading the comments for the Mission 3000 video for Creeping Terrors. It's so dumb.
Oh my god!
like
So-
I've never seen so many grown adults fall down and forget how to get up.
Yeah, exactly. That's my point. Right there. You
great,
have
dude.
to
That's
see this
something.
movie to believe it. I'm not joking.
Okay, it's final. We're gonna schedule a watch party day for this and the MST3K film.
Well, the episode, yeah.
Yeah, for the
Jesus,
episode.
man.
Minecraft.
Okay, that bad, huh? Okay.
Minecraft, I do have a question. Are you gonna like do a VC Godzilla watch along one of these days, or did you do that back then?
Probably not for Godzilla. I know for other films. I know I'm considering doing one for not Beast from 20,000 Fathoms for 20 Million Miles to Earth tonight.
Okay.
So yeah, and
Yeah,
I did one.
For the
I did one
Eater.
last night. I did one last night for Ultraman Rising. So
Yeah. Okay.
yeah. But rewrites to Rodan. I think. I mean, I kind of already stated if you like maybe like have a tease to like the mate, and then you have the Mega Nulons being like ripped apart at one point. They hear that, but they think it's like other Mega Nulons doing things, or like a queen or something, and then we see the other Rodan.
Pretty much have that, and maybe even have it to where like you have like one of the scientists who is also you're like concerned that like Shigeru is like communicating with him, not necessarily talking because he has amnesia. The scientist is showing him like the pictures of dinosaurs and all that, and the Mega Nulon. Like he would just say like, "Oh, these big bug creatures, they're basically like prehistoric, but something kind of like happened to them where they may have got mutated by some nuclear energy or something like that. Kind of like what they did with Rodan, but actually just make it to where they both kind of had similar circumstances happen to them. And it's not even like you even need to add like a whole heck of a lot to the movie's runtime to really, to get that information across.
Yeah, no.
Just a little more information to like at least that also could tie if things essentially like make it to where the first half and the second half of the movie don't seem as like disconnected almost.
Yeah.
What I would do is just you have to avoid the military completely. Like you cannot let the story go in that direction. You need to do
Right.
something else.
Yeah, the military pretty much should have some involvement, but not be the main focus. Essentially,
Yeah,
like the military is
exactly.
present because you have to because like the military would have to be involved somewhat because it's you got a big kaiju flying around, taking out planes and eating up people, and
I know,
causing a lot
but
of damage.
what I'm saying is that you cannot let them take over the story. And what I would do for that to happen
Exactly.
is never leave the village. The story
Right.
has to stay in the village, no cities, no nothing.
Yeah, or
And
like
maybe for that,
if you're going to a city, maybe make it like a small one. Do what Gamera versus Gauss did, where it leaves the village, but that's because the stakes have escalated. Like,
no, but the thing is, if you leave the village, then the villagers have no stakes in it, not personal stakes, right? So that's the issue. What I would do is, if you want to have like a baby Rodan that grows really fast or whatever, okay, do that, and you have to kill him before he's able to learn to fly.
and
Hmm.
then they fail because like the Mega Nulons have been doing their thing, and so that's escalation of the stakes. Then we learn there's two of them. The Rodan start dealing with the Mega Nulon, but like as they're growing, they're consistently like tearing up the village. They're breaking houses apart trying to reach the Mega Nulon. They don't care about the humans, but the humans are just being in the crossfire. So that keeps like the mating aspect intact, that keeps the animalistic part intact, but it still adds to that sense of terror. Because like
Yeah, the thing is, this
your house is under attack by giant bugs, and then these pterosaurs want the bugs, and now your life is at risk because these birds are hungry.
Yeah, and it could be like Attack on Titan, where you have the Titans being like these creepy, like almost childish things eating people, you know? But that's the thing. You need to focus on what you want to do, and Toho doesn't want to go in horror where people are getting eaten nowadays. For some reason, they have that stupid rule for Godzilla, and they might implement it for other creatures too.
I don't
And
think it's stupid for Godzilla to not eat people.
I think
Yeah.
that, for example, in -1, if he literally grabs someone with his mouth, I understand maybe that people are too big for him because he eats fish. But it's like, why do you have such a big, huge mouth with no filters if your throat cannot like take the size of a normal human, right? Like you're still like a dinosaur thing, and he
Well,
just throws them all away. And I just think that's kind of weird. But the thing is, for Rodan, if they decide to do that, you're fucked. With
yeah.
this story, you're fucked.
Yeah. Or hell, even like not even just Rodan, but like the Mega Nulon are starting to eat people. Rodan doesn't really care about the people; they want the Mega Nulon. But the Mega Nulon eating people is what causes Rodan to descend upon the village.
Yeah, exactly. And some people will get eaten by the Rodans just by accident. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
And then,
that would be some brutal imagery.
Yeah, and
yeah.
you can even have Shigeru, who he kind of like considering that the film even had it to where he was like witnessing one of the Rodans like hatching and eating the Meganulon. Once he sort of comes to and is able to and overcomes the amnesia and is able to speak, he'd be able to like give like some more insights about how
Some
the
some
Meganulon
lines about that, but like by the time he does, it's already too late. And Rodan and the Mega Nulon swarm has already descended. Rodan is coming out, and shit's already falling apart.
yeah.
You know what I was rewriting the movie just to try and make like a remake, and I have had this huge debate where I had to like ask myself, would this work better as a two-part kind of story? Where you have like the villagers and the Meganulon and Rodan, but then you have like the second movie being about the military side, and you just abandon the previous characters from the first one, or do you just completely destroy the third act of the OG movie to make something completely different and make it like its own one story, right, with the same
Ooh,
characters?
I know what a military jet dogfight with the Rodans. That would be cool as the final battle.
That's what they do in the film.
Yeah, that's
They
what they
did?
do.
Yeah, they do. They
I
do
only
that.
watched the movie once. I didn't remember happening. In
Well,
Which
you need to watch it
version?
again.
Which version did you watch? Because I'm pretty sure that happens in both versions.
Yeah,
They
the
just take out
both.
Rodan. Yeah.
the American version. It was back when I preferred to watch dubs over subs. So the American version, I watched that.
Yeah, because like that happens in both films. I think the dogfight
Yeah.
is. I think the dogfight is longer in the American version. I need to rewatch the Japanese version, but I think the dogfight is supposed to be longer in the American version.
But so basically, what I'm saying is, have you guys watched the Hobbit trilogy? Even
Yes.
if it's,
Yes.
well, the second movie where they end with the dragon, or was it the first movie? No, it's the
Mao.
second movie. Yeah,
Smog.
they end with Smog like going to this village, and
Yeah.
that's like the ending, right? But you still have like the whole third act with Smog, having this fight, trying to like stop him. That's what I will do with this movie. Like it's okay if you want to have a movie where Rodan like goes into the war and destroys everything, and then the military gets in, but you should end with that instead of making it the focus, because once you do that, I feel like there's no way that the characters can keep up. Not even like with the teams. It's just like they literally, what is like a farmer or miner supposed to do against something that is literally flying to 5 cities, to a distance of like 5 different cities. Like they literally cannot catch up, right? So they lose total relevance to the story. So what I came up with is, I will focus on the miners as the characters, like the whole thing, and maybe I will start with the son of the boss, right? Like, so you have like the boss who tells people what to do and all of this shit, and the kid, like his younger son, whatever, he's like trying to fit in, to learn how to manage things, and that way you can focus more on the workers and you can have a little bit more of an ensemble cast instead of just having like the couple that doesn't really matter. I will focus more on Goro, the guy who died, right? Maybe establish like a friendship before he was missing, because in the
Yeah.
movie he just goes missing immediately,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
so
In
just
the
establish.
American version,
Yeah,
they established like there's a rivalry because he's like, because what was it?
Hey, I'm gonna head out now.
Yeah,
Sorry,
because
I gotta do
okay,
something.
yeah, because
Okay.
Shigeru
Thank you for having me on
was
the stream. And also, if it gets taken down because of Sonic, I apologize.
it's okay.
I don't think it will
It
be
was just
taken
said.
down. I
Nah,
think
it
it'll just
won't. It won't.
but
All right. Well, I
But,
guess I'll
like-
see you guys around.
so you
later.
Nico. But they
One more
established
thing.
that that
One more
Goro
thing.
is
Watch Primitive War.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's good. Yeah, they established
for
in the
me, I
American
actually,
version that they established in the American version that Goro is pissed at Shigeru because he's marrying his sister.
Yeah, but that's kind
jealousy
of
trope.
weird,
It's
I actually-
something. I'd still
I
say
actually
it's
have
something.
like a current horror Godzilla script in the works where there's actually a scene for the Rodan segment that's actually inspired by a scene from Michael Crichton's Jurassic Park in some way, where one of the miners, where one of the mining companies claimed that their injured miner got injured from a cave-in, but one of the nurses actually see the wound and it's actually less of a cave-in accident wound and more of a large insect bite, and also some radiation poisoning skin textures.
Yeah, that's literally what happens in the movie, and that's also literally what happens in Jurassic Park. You're just copying that
The Michael Crichton
story.
novel.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
You're just copying it at that point. Like that's
You
just
tend to.
a knockoff.
It's what I said about during the Finding Nemo stuff. You tend to limit yourself.
Yeah. Anyway, so Minecraft, what were you saying? Oh yeah, that they at least have a relationship. But the thing is, I think that if they're friends, instead of just being like a rivalry, that would make more sense for why he feels the pressure of finding him.
Yeah.
And you can
No, but
also
like
have like
there's also in the American version, there's also like some people blame him. Like they think he killed Goro. or like
Oh yeah, that's an improvement over the Japanese one, I guess, because
yeah.
in
So there's
the
like
Japanese one
external
is Goro and
pressure on
Yoshi.
him, not just because of the dynamic, but because they knew there was some level of rivalry. They knew that Goro was pissed at him marrying the sister. Um, and so there's a bit of a hefty like rivalry, and then more people go missing and they realize, oh, this is not him. This is
Yeah.
not Shigeru. This is something else
Okay.
entirely.
Okay, now that's nice. That's way better than the Japanese version if that's what the Americans did. So
Yeah, that's what
that's
that
like a
is what
huge
they did.
improvement.
So wait a
Yeah,
minute. The
that's
American version has it to where Shigeru was sort of
People think,
the
like in the
suspect.
American version, people think that Shigeru murdered Goro because of the whole like rivalry thing with the sister, and then more people die, and they realize this is not a man-made murder. This is something else entirely.
yeah,
Yeah,
because like didn't like the Japanese version kind of like said something about Yoshi.
Yoshi.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Yoshi like dies and that becomes completely irrelevant. So
Yeah,
what
so
the
like
American
so
version did
Guys,
basically
I have to say something.
what?
Yoshi.
Okay. All right.
so
Continue.
yeah, the Japanese version did this thing with Yoshi, and then like he just is another dead person, and they think that he escaped, but he didn't actually escape. He was just dead the whole time,
Damn, that
which
could
is
have damn like
useless.
damn that like you think they would have you think that they would have like figured to just do that, like do what the American version did. Like yeah, it kind of seemed like the American version was actually sort of like trying to make things a bit more concise in a
It
way.
it definitely
Yeah,
came across like that to me. Um,
focused,
because like I haven't seen the Japanese version in a while, but from what you're telling me, that's kind of like, yeah, no,
pointless.
I think I was right to go with watching the American version.
Damn.
Yeah, and now I feel like I should do that too.
I'll see if
Or
I could
maybe
find it
it's.
actually. Let me go back through my
I think
Man.
this is one of those cases where if you have a mixture of both, you get the best possible thing, but at the same
Yeah.
time, you will just be
physics.
taking the narration out
Oh,
of the American version.
that's Godzilla.
It sounds like the American version is just way better, which is like
Yeah, no, like from a story
maybe
standpoint, this is really
better.
well done. Um, let's see.
Yeah, like you have
So
like the drama like at the start of the movie. Yeah, you kind of like have some drama lingering as opposed to just saying like, oh, there's like, oh, Goro's been missing or he's been killed. Like, that means this Yoshi guy may have something to do with it. Oh wait, Yoshi's also dead. Never
and that
mind.
could yeah, and that could still like tie to what I was saying, like having this protagonist who's trying to become like a leader instead of a boss, because being a boss doesn't mean that the people trust you, right?
Right.
And like that will add drama and conflict if the workers that he's supposed to be leading don't trust him for most of the movie, and then you have to do like the whole plan to kill the baby Rodan. Also, one thing I wanted to ask is because I haven't watched the movie in some time. They are mining, and
Yeah.
there's like a volcano right there, right? Like nearby, or okay. So what I would do is that they find out that there's like this baby thing right inside the mines, and then they have like a second wave of invasion from Meganulon, and their plan could be, we drag some of this Meganulon by being bait near to the volcano, and because we're miners, we have dynamite, right? Because that's something that you use for mines. We're going to
Mhm.
put all of our dynamite into the volcano, blow it up when the Rodan comes, and hopefully we get to kill both the Meganulon and the Rodan, right?
Yeah, I
Mhm.
mean, I think you would probably still need, like, considering how much ground it would need to be covered and how much ground they would need to, like, blow up, for the plan to work. You would still need to have some kind of military involvement in
Yeah, yeah,
ordnance.
and that way, when the military helps, you could have some military people come in, but then the Meganulon, maybe, since they woke up, you have the larvas at first, but then they grow wings and they overwhelm the military. So now these villagers have to use the missiles on the vehicles and the tanks and all of this to aid
Hmm.
to the destruction of the volcano. because there's no way that they can go and ask for help before the Meganul just like completely fly away to all of Japan, right? So it's either we do this or the entire country's fucked, and that way you have really high stakes, but you also keep it personal, right? Because these people need to do this before everything goes to shit, kind of like a -1.
Yeah, I mean, as long as you kind of like have it addressed that, like, yes, the villagers using military ordnance is like definitely unusual, and
Yeah,
against
and
the
they don't
rules in
really know
some
how to
way.
use
But
it.
right now, the threat is like way too urgent for us to worry about the red tape right now.
Yeah,
So
maybe you have like the one survivor who's a soldier that teaches them how to use the things, asks for
yeah,
backup. Like backup is on the way, right? But it won't be fast enough before these things can just like spurt out all over the place. And
Mhm.
then when you have, you have this guy who became, he understands the meaning of leadership finally, and he sacrifices himself for the soldiers, because someone has to blow it up, but he needs help because the Meganulan are going to come for him. So you have like this group of friends that maybe you could establish throughout the whole story. And right before
hold on, Liv,
they all
hold on,
die, you
Lau.
just blow up the
I'm
volcano.
sorry to cut you off, Lau. But does someone have like a show or something in the background?
Is someone? I heard someone's phone vibrating.
I don't know that either.
Okay, because
Yeah,
it's not
but
me. I don't have anything in the
yeah,
back.
no, like that. That kind of that sounds workable because, like, for one, it keeps the Mega Nulon as a consistent threat. It
Yeah.
but still puts the attention on Rodan, and it allows the volcano to like be a central plot point.
Yeah, and you involve the military without it like ruining the story for the main characters, and you use the themes of like leadership, and maybe this guy who wasn't part of the miners at first, just like growing to be someone they can respect, and stuff like that. So yeah,
Yeah.
and maybe even avenging Goro, right? Because if we make him his best friend or something like that, if you go with that route instead of rivalry, I guess you could also do that, or maybe the minors avenge him, right? But he never really liked him, whatever. Like there's ways to do that. And so the only thing you would be missing is the Jets fighting Rodan, right?
Mhm. And
But
I mean,
and
if they
here's
get
the last part. After they do that, I will say, oh, actually, they kill Rodan. All of the Megalodon are dead, burning, and suddenly you hear a roar from the mine that's completely destroyed, and you realize that there's a second one,
Mm.
and you can have that as sequel bait, right? Because here's the thing: if it's a Rodan, okay, like it can fly away, you can leave it open for a sequel. But if it's the Meganulon, that's like completely horrible, because imagine a bunch of Gaios going around the country, like that will be way worse than having one singular Rodan. So yeah.
Now question, like, what if like what if like we're not in the position to try to to be able to have it be split into two films, like essentially, like we would have to kind of figure out how to fit all that into one single into a single film, essentially.
Actually, what I just mentioned would be for one movie, and I'm just saying that you can leave the Rodan military thing, for a
I
sequel.
would
But if you want
still
to fit it
say
all in,
I'd still say keep the two of them, but like, because like I think that gives Rodan the distinction, the fact that he has a mate, and as such, that kind of allows for that audience sympathy, and thus the internal conflict with the scientists and all that. Um, and maybe that's why the military is so reluctant. But then once the Mega Nulon and later the Rodan descend on the volcano, that's when everybody realizes, no, this is an active threat. We need to get rid of these things. The volcano starts erupting, and that's where they get the plan going.
Hmm.
yeah, the thing is that the story is so unfocused, the original, that like if you want to make it work, you have to chop some things off. It feels like, because you really have to think about like, okay, so if you do all of this stuff with the story, you will have less time for the characters, right? Because plot doesn't necessarily involve, like you can make the character relations work even in a very heavy plot-driven story, but at the same time, like so much shit happens in this movie that you risk having the same thing that happens in the Japanese version, which is you go from crime drama to bug movie in 2 seconds, right? And then you
Mhm.
have the bug movie for like half an hour, and then it's like military fighting a dinosaur, right? So it's
Mhm.
you have that disparity, like that mystery that they try to invest in at first. It just doesn't really go anywhere in any of the versions. So
Mhm.
if you want it to work, you have to give it more time, or again, this is another choice. You can just completely take that off and do something completely different. So
Mm.
no Meganulon that turned out to be killing people, but we thought that it was someone, and none of that. Just rework all of the beginning and keep the end.
Mm. Yeah. I don't know. I
It's
mean,
a very complex thing.
I still personally think, like, I don't think the film is too poorly made. Granted, again, I watched a different and improved version of it, so there, so there is that. But I don't know. I think, as is, I think Rodan is all right.
Yeah,
All right, if not good.
yeah, yeah. I'd lean. I probably would lean more toward. I'd still probably would lean more towards good than all right, but yeah, there's
Yeah, I
definitely.
think
Me,
of
yeah,
I
good.
think of the introductory trilogy for like Godzilla, Rodan, and Mothra. I think of that introductory trilogy, it is absolutely the weakest.
Hmm.
Because like,
Yeah,
I guess
but
so. Actually, I think Varen's introduction was weaker
if you
than
don't count
Rodan's.
He's
no, but
Baron.
like
talking
of
about
the
the top
big
three.
five,
Trilogy,
of the
yeah.
big
If you don't
Oh,
five
count Baron, yeah.
introductory trilogy.
oh,
And again, I have not rewatched Varen in a while.
okay.
But I, yeah, no, this is absolutely the weakest of those three films, but I'd still say it's pretty well done, even if I did watch an improved version of it.
Yeah, I
The
kind of
one
want
thing
to
I
give. I want to give Mothra a rewatch just so I could, just so I could see if I agree with that with Rodan being the weakest necessarily. But I'll have to get back to you on that.
Mm-hmm.
Mothra's pretty good.
yeah, it's
Mothra's,
pretty good.
Mothra's well done.
Yeah, it is. It's beautiful.
Hmm.
Hmm. But
I sometimes forget that if Akira Fukube didn't do the score.
yeah, no, right?
Yeah.
That's kind of crazy. Think
What was
about
Yeah.
it.
the composer for the original Mothra's name?
Yuji. You know what? I think I might even have the composer's name. Let me pull up Windows Media Player.
Ba, 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 ba.
Yeah.
Ba, ba, ba,
The
ba, ba, ba,
musical
ba,
people.
ba.
That song, the lyrics are actually in Malaysian, by the way. That isn't
Huh.
Japanese.
Yeah,
Really?
that is true.
Nice.
The peanuts.
Kino.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah, I
We are
think I have.
desperate for another Mothra trilogy.
The one thing I don't like about Rodan is I kind of wish they, with the suit, whenever it flies, I kind of wish they maybe use like a white or like non see through piano string rather than a black wire or black string instead because it's very noticeable.
I mean, it's the 50s. I can forgive that.
Hey, let me see. Here it is. I actually had to pull up the Windows Media Player where I kind of like ripped the songs from King of the Monsters. Yuji Kosakai.
Yuji
Mm.
Kosakai.
Yuji Kosakai did the Mothra theme. So
Nice.
And he created a very iconic theme throughout
Yeah.
Godzilla's entire catalog.
Yeah.
Yuji Kosakai's Mothra theme was like inspired what a Fukube would do with Mothra down the line.
True. Still, that
But
was his creation, and he did an absolutely phenomenal job.
yeah. Anyways, shall we finish this off, Mental Gens?
Yes.
Yeah, pretty much.
Wait, what about the deaths of the Rodans? Did we talk about that?
We already talked about it, actually.
We did.
Yeah, we kind of did. Yeah.
All right.
Anyway, but yeah, Rodan, neat movie, recommend it. You know,
It's well done.
Okay,
Uh-huh.
yeah.
that's good.
But yeah, that will, and I guess we'll just start closing it out. Thank you guys for coming on, and thank you all for listening. So yeah, if anyone wants to do any plugs, if they have anything to plug, please.
I do. You can find me on YouTube at Minecraft World 1954. That's my @ or just Minecraft World. I have next Saturday a live stream about Godzilla versus Megaguirus, which in relation to the Mega Nulon. So look out for that. And then for my 1K sub stream, I want to do a discussion on Project Nemesis. I will be scheduling that once I do reach 1K, so please subscribe because I want to get to 1K as soon as I can. You can also find me on Instagram, Kara, and Blue Sky. I am I'm not too active on those last two, but I am active on Instagram. So yeah. Yeah, go watch Rodan and take care. Bye.
Bye.
Eee.
See ya.
As for me, you could find me on YouTube, and right now my retrospective on the MonsterVerse and Reiwa Godzilla eras are kind of in development hell, but I am like trying to think on how to cap off my thoughts on this new era of Godzilla and where it could go in the future. So I do have some other accounts and other social media apps, but I'm not gonna share that to you because I don't want to. So I'll be leaving, and for the first '05 take of 2026, the NES Godzilla creepypasta is better than the man in the suit. Goodbye.
I'm not even sure what to do. I don't even know what to do with that. All right, who's next?
Well, my name is Casca. You can find me on Insta, X, or YouTube. I have a couple of videos done. I'm new at this, and yeah, no, that's kind of it. I don't really have much to say.
All right. And I guess I'm the last one standing, unless there's anyone else. But yeah. Well, this has pretty much been your host, the Sea Monster, and I got some. I do my streams. I will let you all know when the next one is. One of them I am planning on doing is, and Hoshi, I think it was Hoshi or somebody requested that I would eventually that maybe I could like cover the Rampage movie as a stream, which that may happen at some point this month, but I'll just have to figure out the scheduling for that. But stay tuned. I have the there's the Congo 5 live stream supercut that's kind of in the works. I'm trying to get onto that. But as far as essay videos I have in the lineup, nothing concrete as of yet, but I'll definitely be sure to signpost what the next project will be pretty soon. But yeah, follow me on here. Follow me on Twitter at CMonster. And yeah, go check out Rodan. Good stuff. And till next time, folks. See you later. Bye.